Andrew, you can be as quiet as you want, as quiet as a mouse, or as loud as a lion. That's what
I was
the
about
saying.
to say, are lions loud? But then I was like, they have one of the most iconic roars. So I guess so. Yeah.
That's like a bobcat.
Yeah, that was more of
Sorry.
Yeah. What do all of our cats sound like? Okay, we got bobcat, we got a lion. What's a cougar sound like?
Hey there,
Don't do
little
it.
boy.
Don't do it. Trying to get
You
an
knew me too
actual
well.
cougar sound.
You're setting me up.
I was not.
Out in the wild.
Hey, little boy.
Oh, I didn't mean hey, like a little boy like that. All right, folks. Welcome back to another episode of The Wanger Show. It's because the Cougars are...
Yeah, no. We get it. We got the joke. Yeah. Getting on real boy.
Welcome back. It's episode 393.
393. The Pokemon today.
Oh, what do we got?
Piplup.
Piplup.
Look at that cute little guy.
You know Piplup? Oh.
Yeah. You're a Pokemon guy. You're just my...
Oh, here we go. We're getting into it now.
First of all,
Getting into it.
I don't go past the first 150.
Okay, that's fine.
Said 151. Smart man.
Right?
Smart man.
The other thing is, and I will. This is already it. I cannot talk about Pokemon.
What are you talking about? That's real shrimp. Go ahead.
That's what you guys
Eat
were
one.
saying. You said there were snacks.
Go ahead, eat one.
Okay, I will. Hold on.
How old is that shrimp?
I can smell it. Okay. I digress. I gotta finish this story. When I was at college, I was a huge Pokemon player when I was a kid. I was obsessed.
shit,
I played.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, I got into it right when it came out because I did Magic the Gathering, and then Pokemon got really popular. I was the perfect age.
Card game, you're saying.
Card game.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And all the games.
Okay.
All the Game Boy games, everything. I collected all of them. I had numerous first editions of almost every single card.
Damn, that's hot.
Including a first edition Charizard.
Damn.
Right? I had these things. They're all basically mint because, as a kid, this was like my treasure. You put them in the sleeves, all that.
Yeah, hell
When I
yeah.
was in college, my mom had a garage sale when she got married.
Fucking mom.
And she sold this book that was probably like maybe 300 to 400 cards.
You had like a binder.
Binder. All mint, all first, all
Yeah.
foil.
It's all gone.
I wouldn't be here if she didn't sell that book.
I'm not going to be dealing with you children.
This is insane. Anyway, so I do love my mother, but I've tried to let it go, and I just can't let it go.
Yeah.
No, never. You never
Similar
let that
thing.
go.
We had a Charizard. I don't know if it was first edition, but we had a holographic Charizard, and my mom just straight up threw it away one time.
Oh.
Didn't even sell it.
Wow.
Like, shit was-
Jesus.
I remember like she was just cleaning all of her shit one day, and we're like, "Did you throw away the Charizard?"
Well,
And
I
it was-
think like
yeah.
first edition Machamps are like really worth a lot of money now, and those were that was the one that you got with the starter pack. That was the gimme
Oh,
one that
right.
every single person got. So you
Yeah.
could get like 50 of those if you wanted, but no
Yeah.
one wanted them.
No,
Man.
nobody wanted him at champ. Well, the crazy thing, I was just about to say, AJ Lancaster.
We can do 2 hours on this,
Oh,
by the way. I'm down.
And now,
for top. Yeah,
And now Logan Paul wears that Charizard around his neck. I
that's
think,
the one. He's
I
the one who
think-
bought it from your mom.
I think he's to blame for the Pokemon craze nowadays.
Really?
Because I think he got into Pokemon cards and like vlogged it. And then after that happened, just everybody jumped on board with it. Now people are like going to Costco's and buying up all the packs of Pokemon cards when they get new shipments.
What cards are they? Because they're not the ones that I bought, right? Like obviously, because
They do have those. They still have a bunch of those that have like never been opened.
okay.
But even like the newer packs, because I think this is the shitty part of why I think I mean someone can correct me, but I think Logan Paul did a bunch of this. But now all these people that collect these cards, they don't even collect them. They buy them in bulk. So there's a shortage, and then force people to pay more for these fucking Pokemon cards.
They're unopened. Do they keep them unopened too?
Yeah.
of
They
course.
sell them like whatever the price is at Costco. They'll do more than that, and then they'll profit off of it. It's fucked up. Anyways,
terrible.
Andrew Guy's here on the show.
I'm here. I didn't mean to hijack it and talk about Pokemon. I was also just about to share our.
We will. Oh, I got to do it too. We will talk about Pokemon all day long. Who's your favorite starter?
You know what? I will say. Oh, you in the game?
From the original 3.
I was just always a Squirtle guy. Even when
Fucking
I
my
was,
guy.
Yes,
My
Really?
guy.
Everyone's
My
that-
Andrew Guy.
Yeah.
Right here, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about.
I didn't know that was going to be so positively received.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no.
I feel like
Most
we
people
should-
are like
Squirtle
Charmander, bro.
defenders, yeah.
Charmander.
Bulbasaur, you get
Yeah.
easy first couple gyms.
Did you guys have the friend that you both had the game and one of you started it?
We didn't
and
have
gave you
friends.
all
yes.
three.
Oh,
Oh yeah, to get filled
Yeah.
the Pokedex.
No,
you
I just had the
to,
one,
yeah.
and I didn't even like it. We just liked each other for this one transaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the whole thing about those original Pokemon games. Is like, you know, trade with your friends. I didn't really have anybody to trade with.
Well, and also like I wasn't gonna try. Like I wasn't like allowed to really trade because you know those things were not cheap. My mom was like, if you were buying them, you're keeping them. Like, these are the ones you get.
cards,
She didn't really understand the concept. I think I still traded.
Yeah.
It's like she would know, right?
Yeah. I still have my binders.
Did I just say life now? I think I just wrote life now.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Not only are we live, we are also full of life.
I did write life now.
Life
I'm
now.
gonna go ahead and cancel that upload. I got it just in time. Couldn't cancel it. Good. All right, everyone go and look at that.
Anyway, but I have my binder now that we're live. I tried like looking to see if any of them were worth anything, but it's all just a bunch of fucking Venonats and coughings and all this shit. But
no shade.
I have one
No
Lapras
shade.
that I think is holographic, but I don't think it's worth
See,
anything.
this is what I'm talking about.
Arcadio, shout out Squirt Squad.
Yeah, that's right.
Are we wearing squirts? Squirts? Oh,
It's supposed to be Squirtle Squad, but yeah.
okay.
He's been
Yeah.
cute. Yeah.
So you have
Oh.
Squirtle Squad from the
Yeah.
anime.
Don't.
Shout out, but he
That's
just put Squirt Squad. But
Yeah.
hey, Arcadio,
I
shout
like
out,
the-
dude. Yeah, hell yeah,
I
the
like
enthusiasm.
the enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Don't put
We'll
that
try.
On, don't type that in on the internet.
No. Do
Well,
you
you
have
could.
blue version or red version?
Oh man.
Or are you fucking cool and like went to Japan and got green version?
No, I
Yeah.
definitely did not have
Yeah.
green version. I
Cool
was
as
not that
fuck.
cool. I started with red version.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
did. Yeah, I think it
Same.
was because my friend already had blue version. I think he got it like right before me or 2 days. It was 2 doors down from me. His name was Kevin Shitaku. Shout out to Kevin.
Shout
Big
out
out.
to
I love
Kevin.
Kevin.
Let's give him a
Fuck yeah. What was
yeah.
his starter?
He was oh man. Oh, he was a Bulbasaur guy.
Okay.
All right, you know, I'll take it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll take it.
Someone's got to choose him. Yeah.
No
Yeah.
one was Charmander. Charmander was the popular one. Was
I
that
think
the cool
so.
kids one?
It always
he was the cutest one, I think. Charmander.
Yeah.
He's a little guy, little
They-
little
Yeah, he's
lizard.
pretty
they were
you
the
know?
cutest one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember because I was kind of a noob when I started, and I was like, "We don't get Pikachu."
Yeah.
Not until yellow version.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Then it's like yellow version just straight up kind of aligned with the anime where you get Pikachu and then you ultimately get all three of the starters, which was cool as fuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was your Pokemon game? This is the Pokemon show, by the way.
Yeah,
This,
yeah.
is all we're talking about.
Like and
Life.
subscribe. Where did you stop with the game? So was it just the first 151? Did you
Yeah.
It
never
was
try?
gold and silver right after that.
Yeah, I don't think I think I may have gotten. Man, this is my. Can I also just tell you my memory as I've gotten older?
Same dog.
Even my girlfriend with things that happened like very recently or just a couple of years ago, she's like,
Yeah.
"How do you not remember that?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's that. My wife gets upset with me because I won't remember
Your
like
wife.
important
It's
shit.
weird to
I
hear
love
now,
to
right? It's
hear
fucking
that.
weird. It throws
Does-
me off.
Every time you say, "Does it feel like a little cool?" Does
Yeah.
it feel nice
Yeah,
inside?
you know.
I mean, how could it not?
We'll see. You know, we just got each other's insurance, so
Yeah.
it's a lot of money.
Oh,
Congratulations.
we
You'll-
did the same thing.
You'll see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We did very
well. Yeah.
No, yeah. It's pretty cool.
Insurance.
Hey. Yeah. It's I think I got used to saying it out in when we were in Italy. It's like, yeah, that's my wife over there. It's my
Yeah.
wife. My wife, my partner. I'll say my partner
Partner.
as well. Yeah. But she'll get upset with me because I won't remember like actual important stuff. But I can probably name all 151 Pokemon to her,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
verbatim.
oh, yeah.
Where I was when I got Fire Red.
Man,
all
there
that
was
stuff.
this is again like, what do I do with my day when I talk about things? I was like scrolling on my phone, and I'm also a boomer, so it wasn't on TikTok. I was on Instagram, so it was
Sure.
probably like
Yeah.
a month after people cared, or no one cared about this because it was
Yeah.
like catered to older to us.
Hell yeah.
It was the opening of Facility in GoldenEye.
Oh my god!
It was like when you
Right.
start in the thing,
In the
you know,
sh-
you,
up
the
above.
ventilation, and you come
Mhm.
down, and it was like the muscle memory to killing all. Can't say that
Yeah,
anymore. I'm gonna get canceled again.
When did you get
to-
canceled?
Not again.
Oh, okay.
I said it as kind of a joke, and then I
Yeah.
realized that it's not a thing we joke about.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
I feel
joke
like I
about
said
that.
something earlier that was probably anyway. My point is,
It's a
is
little
that
boy.
Yeah.
yeah, it was a little boy thing
you're
we kept
fine.
talking about.
It's not what
Everyone's
I
gonna
meant,
type in
though.
Andrew Ghai canceled.
It doesn't work when
Um,
it doesn't help when I keep bringing it up. But continue. You're fine.
yeah.
You're
Let's
okay.
talk about this now.
No, no. Let's stop it.
But it was the way that the level began. I remember where every single guy was, even in the stalls around the corner, and the guys that when they come down the hall, the
Yeah.
timing of it all, and it just felt so great to watch that. And I remembered
Mm-hmm.
how crazy it was that I can't remember what I did last week, or even like I scheduled pickleball tonight. I'm obsessed with pickleball.
Oh, hell yeah.
Now, by the
Uh-huh.
way,
Yeah.
I scheduled that tonight. 2 days ago.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
Andrew.
it was $3.
on the
You know
scale.
what I mean?
Oh,
It's not
okay.
like a
We
big
could still
problem.
go there right now.
Yeah,
We should
I was
make this
hoping I could
happen.
get out.
We should have done the show at Pickleball.
We can hold mics while we're playing.
Yes.
That'd be fun.
No,
You
we
guys
get
play or
lobbed
no?
up. I haven't done it. I've actually been wanting to the past
Yeah,
couple of years.
same.
It just kind of blew up. I know it's like it started off as like older people,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
not
just to
saying
keep
you're
them
old,
alive.
but much
No,
older
I am
people.
now.
But then like all the younglings, all of us kids.
We were like,
came
look
in
at
there.
how
Let's go
easy it
do-
is for them.
Yeah.
Let's go ruin it.
Let's go
for them.
dominate. Let's go dominate. I played pickleball in like middle school. It's like during PE, they had us do pickleball, and it was
Really?
it was a fucking blast.
I
Oh
feel
yeah.
like it hadn't really
Yeah.
popped until like last.
Which
5,
is
10
even
crazy
know.
because when it started like blowing up, I was like, "Oh fuck, cool! I
Yeah.
played that in middle school," and that same response is like, "Really? I thought this was like a new thing." No, it's been around
Wow.
forever.
Yeah. You must have went to a cool. We didn't. We
Yeah,
did like
wow.
lame.
It was
we played
actually
with,
a
like, the
retirement
parachute. It was a
Oh
retirement
yeah,
home.
parachute, yeah.
Yeah.
The parachute, the parachute.
We played dodgeball and I got my ass kicked.
Oh,
by
yeah.
Dodgeball?
that.
Yeah.
I love dodgeball, and then some days you really hated dodgeball.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
those balls would fuck you up.
Yeah, I
Like,
got
you
really
would show up to first period,
Yeah.
and you'd have like a red welt on the side of your
Somebody.
head.
Yeah.
You'd be like, I wasn't
Yeah.
crying.
we did. We got like really into ultimate frisbee.
Yeah, see, these are all these
What
cool
the
things.
hell?
We didn't do
Yeah.
any of this
We did
cool
all
We
that.
stuff.
had like tetherball and I
We
got
did
my
like
ass kicked at
field
that.
hockey.
Yeah.
Like, you know, lame.
that's
Yeah.
no.
I
That's
mean,
cool.
I mean, not to, I know
fucking
we did
deck
like
somebody.
Red Rover.
no, but we couldn't do any of that. Yeah, literally, we
Red
did that
Rover?
too.
we had to just make
Yeah.
lines and run at each other.
In
That's
middle
what we had to
school?
do.
Yeah,
That was elementary school.
We also
Yeah.
did our.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, in our 8th grade, we did a Civil War reenactment.
Okay.
But it was
the
captured.
movie hadn't even come out yet.
I
Now I
know.
know you're lying. I know you're making shit up.
Andrew,
Alice
there's
Garland was still just writing at that point.
an actual Civil War. People trying to erase that part of history right now. We need to keep bringing it up, please.
By the spirit of middle school
Yeah,
battles.
but it was
Yeah.
I don't know if this is tasteless or not, but it was we did a not even a reenactment of Civil War. It was capture the flag, but
Okay.
in Civil War. So there was the South and the North.
How in
and
character were these kids getting?
Yeah. I was
People
gonna
were
say.
volunteering for the
no.
South.
Why did
Wow.
Of course they did.
It was
Oh,
like,
no.
oh, some of those people, like, you wouldn't have fought for them.
Yeah.
But you're doing it because you think it's funny.
I
But
think I've told this
Everything was
story
funny
before,
then.
but when
We
we
were
played
young.
Capture the Flag, the popular kid tied his flag, and like I finally had my moment where I'm like, I'm gonna get this, and I reached out and dove and caught it, but I was like 40 pounds at the time, so I was
Yeah.
just dragged across a field while everyone was watching and laughing, including the teachers. And it was
Oh,
like,
no.
It's one
yeah,
of those.
they were giggling into their megaphone. They're like
Oh, that's
Jamal,
fucked up.
come over here." It was
Like,
like,
you don't have to hold down the button on the microphone.
Yeah,
Mike.
Well, look at you now.
Traumatized.
Where are
Yeah.
they?
Look at them.
That's
Still
right.
teaching, probably?
That's right.
Yep, and here we
Yeah.
are.
Their Department of
Podcasting.
Education is about to be obliterated. So, ha, in their
Got
face.
The last laugh there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They tune in just to laugh at us.
Yeah.
Still.
All right. So, clearly I had the cooler middle school than
Yeah,
everybody else.
congratulations.
What else did we
Yeah,
do that was
right?
cool?
He's like, we
Yeah.
went to Europe.
Yeah.
No, we didn't go. We didn't
Didn't
do
you
Europe.
say you went like snorkeling or something?
Yeah, we did go to Catalina in 7th grade.
I never did that.
That's pretty cool.
What the hell's going on here?
It was
we went
like
to OMSI. That was it's our, yeah. You're like, what is that?
OMSI?
Well, if you grew up in Oregon, you would know.
Oh,
it's
shit.
pretty
Shout out
insane.
to Omsey.
It
Okay.
stands for the Oregon Museum of Science and
Okay.
That sounds cool.
Innovation or something.
We played Oregon Trail.
Intuition, probably. Oh yeah, we did too.
But you were there.
We were there.
You're
We got
fucking
the
there.
dysentery.
Oh, maybe your school wasn't that cool. Ooh, yeah.
We played Oregon Trail when it was green, like the pixelated green.
Okay.
Okay.
Like we had those computers when I was in elementary school.
Did you have the giant floppy disks or just the regular ones?
We had the big ones to
The big
start.
ones?
Yeah, which was
Nice.
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Like you think about how far we've come.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
little information that gigantic piece of plastic
Yeah.
could hold.
I always do come across like nostalgia TikToks where they'll go through all that stuff. And then
Yeah.
just recently, Amber and I watched, my wife, we went through a video of.
We know.
Did you know that I'm married? I have the ring.
This
It's
ring
right-
here is actually
Yeah.
real.
You know,
Stands for
It's
something.
a stupid thing. Where it's just like, oh, you know, my wife. It's right there. Acknowledge it.
Do you ever say? Never mind.
What?
I was gonna say, do you do the Borat like no, my wife? Do you ever just?
I
because
have-
I still
I
do.
don't
I've
think
been
I
married
have
for
it.
years.
I feel like
Yeah.
even though I know it's lame, I would still do it.
I
You
probably
just don't lose
have.
it. Yeah.
I probably have.
I'm glad you've stayed strong.
I'm keeping the spirit of 2006.
She's watching right now. She's like, God damn it!
She's
like, I hate that guy.
Stop
you
doing
shouldn't
that
have him
joke.
on the show anymore.
Stop doing that joke.
You haven't done it in months.
Oh no, we went through a YouTube video of all the McDonald's toys from like all through the 90s, basically, in the early 2000s. Like that was a freaking trip.
That's one like where I probably can't name any right now, but if you showed me a
Oh,
video,
yeah,
I'd be like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah,
I'd have
That's
my
exactly
brain
what
black.
happened.
I remember.
Yeah.
You'd remember like begging your parents to go.
Yeah. But the funniest thing of seeing that video, I forget the YouTube channel who it was, but like, so you see this pattern. It's like every 4 or 5 months, there's a combo of Barbie and Hot Wheels toys. It's just like it's crazy just how like this is for the boys, this is for the girls. I don't think they probably don't do that anymore, but it was just so on the nose. Like here's the Polly Polly Pocket? That was what it was. It was Polly Pocket and then like Transformers.
Oh
it's
yeah.
Like, maybe I want a fucking Polly Pocket.
Maybe.
Yeah. I want a Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why were you yelling?
I don't know.
Like we're on your side.
I'm looking at him like it's his fault.
What do you want me to do about it?
Give me a fucking Polly Pocket.
I can't go back in time.
Give me that shit.
Parents
And
about
convince
this.
McDonald's to
Beanie
change
Babies?
their
I
strategy.
fucked with Beanie Babies.
See, I never got into Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
Beanie Babies. I did get into Pogs though, which was also
Pogs,
I feel like that was one where your parents had to have been like, God damn, my kid's so stupid. It's like this piece of cardboard. At least a Beanie Baby. At least it's like a thing.
Yeah.
Pog was just like a piece of cardboard.
And then you get those giant tubes where you throw them all in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You don't remember Pogs?
I don't
They
think
were
I do.
so stupid,
Yeah.
but really awesome.
Okay.
at
I
the
think
same
it's
time.
technically because I remember my cousin had a bunch of them, and he was a couple years older than me, so maybe it was like right before our time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What was the one where you might have already said it, where that you fed them? It was like an animal that
Oh,
you
the
fed.
Tamagotchis.
That's what it was?
Oh, is it
Okay.
Tamagotchi?
Yeah.
It's a Tamaguchi.
Oh, maybe it's.
Is
I-
it?
I don't know. I don't
Maybe it's one of
understand.
those.
One
But
or
yeah,
the
it's
other.
same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember we had those. Was not good at it.
Okay.
I think they died. Whatever.
My
called.
friend
They
had
could
one
die,
of those.
right?
Oh.
I think so.
I think it could be in
Maybe
pretty
it's-
rough shape.
It
It
takes a
fainted.
nap. It's
Like, like Pokemon, they just
Yeah.
fainted.
Yeah.
I always
know what
thought
really happened.
I always thought you literally kill. I mean, you're literally decreasing their health points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
This animal
Only
health
to
points.
unconsciousness.
Yes.
Sure. Yes.
That's
They
what
wake up
measure to.
eventually.
Eventually.
And then
Off
if all of
camera.
them
Off
faint,
camera.
then you get drunk and you black out.
That's right. That is
You
how
go to a
Pokemon
Pokemon
goes.
Center and get
You
healed.
just wake up in a hospital.
Yeah.
What happened to these children? Anyway.
Toys were
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Andrew, how are you doing?
How are you, sir?
You know, pretty good.
Yeah.
It's been a weird year. Can we just like?
Okay.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah. Let's hold
Where
on.
do you wanna
Yes,
start?
actually.
We're slowly trying to
All right.
digest because
Yeah.
it's we're already in March,
January
which is wild.
1st. So
I can't
Oh,
believe
like-
it's been like a year since you were on. Feels like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
know.
you were on
That
in
feels wild.
February of last year, like right
Yeah.
after we filmed Dawn.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know. Time for me again. Also because my memory's terrible. Time just doesn't really compute anymore, and also because my life is so like unregimented. Well, I have a regiment, but I don't really have a schedule. You know, I don't have a set schedule in my life. Like sometimes I'll be busy for a week or two or a few days or longer when, you know, I'm really lucky. And other times I'll just be like, all right, I need to make sure that I build a schedule or else we're going to go crazy again. So like, yeah, when you think about how long ago Dawn was and I like have to, I'm like, oh, when did I show my family that? Or like we watched it this last
Right.
Christmas. So I know it's been
Yeah.
at least that long. So that means we probably filmed it. You know, so I end up doing like the math on that. But life is good. LA's been weird with the fires. You know, that was like crazy.
Yeah. Not to dox you, but were you anywhere near?
Well, my address is, if you guys, we were close enough.
Close
We
enough,
were
okay.
close enough to like be worried, but
Sure.
far enough to not have to evacuate.
Yeah.
We could have. It was definitely like the air quality was rough, and the impending doom was rough.
Yeah. Yeah. We were kind of in the same situation. We were like in the middle of everything. And like if I go in like our back area, I could just see the smoke from the hill from the Altadena fires.
Yeah.
And then like the Hollywood fires got kind of scary because I was like, oh shit, like that seems even closer. So not a fun time.
It was also just like, how is all of it on fire now?
Yeah.
Why is all of it on fire?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Why,
Yeah.
Like, where do we go now?
Did you download the app?
Everyone did. That app got the people that made the app are like, what the fuck?
It's
This
just
is
like
crazy.
a ring of fire surrounding
Yes.
all of us.
Yeah.
They're like trying not to celebrate.
I
Like,
know.
This is the biggest day in history.
It
Like,
was-
you've got to calm down, Carl. You've said it way too many times.
It's a great app, by the
It's a
way.
good-
I
it
don't
is
know
a
if I
really
ever
great app.
like praise the shit out of this app, but like,
Oh yeah.
shout out to them for like not only just having this already available, but the amount of people that probably downloaded this app at this
Oh,
time,
yeah.
and then it just worked flawlessly. No
Oh.
issues whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like they just fucking cooked.
It's wild because it feeds the darkest part of our like social media brains. That app
Yeah.
was, and it was wonderful to have it. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not
Was it
saying
Watch Duty?
anything wrong about
Watch
Watch
Duty?
Duty.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
wonderful to have. I just mean like we're so plugged in now. Remember when
Yeah.
bad things used to happen? You were like, wow.
That was crazy.
Wonder what that's gonna be like
Yeah.
reading about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, like
And
now it's just like what percent is everyone like what
Yeah.
how many
Yeah.
acres? I'm like, it's gone up 3 acres since
Mhm.
the last time I checked.
Every neighbor that I would talk to about it, they all said the same thing. It's like, I'm glad I have it, but I'm trying to not keep looking at it, because it was like,
Yeah.
especially those first few days, it was just
Oh, it
like,
was
wow, this
horrifying.
percentage is just not moving at all.
But then you're like, I have to look.
Yeah,
because
'cause
like
you-
it's getting closer.
Yeah, I remember I was at work one day and we're like pretty high up in the building, and then I was like, what's that over there? And I just see another puff of smoke, and just like a whole new fire had just started that same day. Just
we
crazy.
were in like yoga the day
When?
that it started.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
at night. What was crazy is the day before. Ashley, my girlfriend, she was saying, my wife. She's not my wife.
Try it on for size.
She's like, yeah,
You get
nice
into the
try,
phase, you
little
say
guy.
fiance for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll side tangent. The fiance thing just like it kind of feels like, look at me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My
Say
fiance.
congrats.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah,
on.
your wife.
But
Yeah.
we've been together for so long now. This will be our 10 years this year.
Wow.
So I mean,
Congratulations.
pretty much have been my wife the whole.
Yeah,
it feels
it's
like it, but very much so. The fiance is like, so. Oh yeah, me and my fiance.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, you're getting married? Oh, thanks for
What
asking.
gave you that idea? How
Oh.
did you know?
I don't like talking about
Well,
it, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But anyways, yeah.
Anyway, the fires.
Your girlfriend,
Yeah.
not your wife.
Well, so she was saying, she's like, the wind's getting really bad. It's really dry. I was just listening to this podcast that was like saying the fires, we got to be really careful. And then
Right.
like literally the next morning.
Mhm.
And then we'd already had yoga scheduled, and we didn't quite know how bad it was yet, right?
Yeah.
Because it was still like getting really bad.
Yeah.
And it was far enough away. And I remember like in yoga getting there and then looking out the window and just seeing the hill on fire, because it's a little, even though it was farther south, just being higher up, the angle, whatever it was,
Yeah.
it was just like, okay, like
Yeah.
wow, this
It's
is
real.
the most LA thing ever. First of all, I'm in a yoga class as the city is burning, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, well, I'm just trying to get my workout in.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep my
Mhm.
mind. So that was that. The fires were intense. And then I feel like because of that, the industry is also kind of a lot of people lost their homes. A lot
Yeah.
of producers lost their homes. A lot of
Mhm.
actors lost their homes.
Mhm.
A lot of people in the business and they're helping their friends out, whatever it might be. I feel
Yeah.
like it's kind of put just like a slower startup to
Yeah.
the beginning of the year.
Mhm.
But things have been really good. I'm really grateful for Matlock, which was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
The show's
Matlock's own Andrew Ghai.
Yeah.
You play. Your name is actually Andrew. It's Andrew
Andrew
Park.
Park. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So that was really great. I think that was like kind of my North Star through all of this,
Sure.
just being like, it's okay that things are quiet. It's always quiet after the holidays.
Mhm.
You're adding in the fires, the stress. Like I already am like that's why pickleball has been really great.
Hell
It's-
yeah.
It's actually a
Nice.
pickleball. Pokemon and pickleball.
Oh, that's a good
Ooh,
That's
podcast.
a good podcast
Yeah.
right there.
I thought of it first.
Yeah.
Damn it, Cody. Get on it.
It's been nice because it helps me like get off my ass.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Okay.
like I said, I do have a regimen, but like, or I try to build in my life, but that still only takes like a couple hours.
Sure.
Like I'm not one of those people that's like, no, I'm going to go read for 2 hours and then I'm going to go do this for an hour. And it's like after a few hours of like being locked in, I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm going to go be a piece of shit on the couch because
Yeah.
I like that. Or I'm going to go play video games.
Yeah.
'cause I also like
Yeah.
that.
I mean, and sometimes you just kind of get into a funk. I get it. I mean, I don't know if I'm not going to speak for everybody, but sometimes I'll get into funks where even if I don't even even if I eat something that's like not healthy, then I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna lay down. I'm gonna play video games for a little bit. Or then if I just get discouraged about something, then just like my whole day is fucked. I don't want to do. I don't want to do anything.
That's why I applaud you guys. Excuse me for staying so consistent.
Well, you seem kind of bored when you said that.
No,
just kidding. No.
Like I couldn't even look at you guys when I said it. I was burping.
Literally were about to throw up. You gagged in your mouth.
No,
disgusted by what you had to say there.
Look, I don't even remember what I was gonna say because I was making shit up anyway. So
I remember you were gonna praise us for something.
That's right.
I was waiting for it.
I was gonna say, I'm so impressed by the consistency because, like, when I do have a lot of downtime, especially between like November and February, just because again the industry is always quiet then. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stream again. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna stream again. I like playing. I could play Clash on stream, or I was playing a lot of Marvel Rivals.
I've been hearing so much about that game.
It's super fun.
I hear it's so cool.
Yeah, I haven't played it in a few weeks now. I was like really into it when it was in beta and came out. But like to what you were saying is like, I'm like, oh well, now I got to do this, or I got to take the dog out in like an hour. Oh, I know we're gonna make dinner in a little while, and I want to make sure I'm like, at least there for 4 hours. Whatever. It's just excuses for me.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, that's like a thing that I completely relate to is just like sometimes that one thing will happen and then I'm just like, all right, I'm not gonna do anything. So to go back to like what my days will be like, it's been nice to have pickleball because it helps me just like be active, get some exercise in, get out some of that pent up aggression. And with Matlock, it's been really great to be like looking forward. I mean, I've been dying we all, let's not be cool about it. It's like, I've been really excited about the episode coming
You're in
out.
a big TV show with one of the greatest actors of all time.
Yeah.
And
network television
Queen.
star. Andrew.
Yeah.
It's great.
So how long ago did you film it?
We filmed in July.
Okay.
This I think it was like the third week in July or something like that. I remember it was because I came out of Long Legs. It was in theaters, and I went and watched it with a buddy, and I came out of it, and I had an audition for Matlock, and I was like, it was like, Nick Cage, you're looking out for me,
did it for
me. But yeah, it was in July, and so it's been a minute where I've just been like sitting on this,
waiting for it.
Yeah, and you have no idea how good it's gonna be.
Yeah,
so I was like really nervous, like I was really excited. Up until just like 2 or 3 days beforehand, and then I was like, "Oh my god!"
were you?
Oh my god!
I know there was an article that featured you, Screen Rant, but was there like an actual like an episode teaser that you were featured in, or was it just like the stills?
No, it was just the stills.
Oh, cool.
The teasers, they were like around, like I remember even like around my scenes.
Okay,
because one of them is with Galilea, who's great. She plays the girl that's like accused of murder in the episode, and she's also a regular, a series regular on Goosebumps season 2.
Oh,
she's really
nice.
good.
That's
she's
cool.
really great in that, and also I love that show. It's just like I love shows like that. But she does her little. She's like getting interrogated by the team, and then it's like right after that, she's like, Olympia's like, we're gonna go see what we're up against, and then I was like, and then they cut, and I was like, God damn it,
just waiting for it. Well, because did it match up to what was in the script, or they kind of shifted things a little bit?
Well,
maybe?
it's like when you're doing those 1 minute or 30 second spots, it's like you just need exposition. You need people to know what's going on, what the episode's gonna be about. Whereas like I don't think there's much without. I think if you had any of what I was doing in the episode, it would either be out of context, you'd be like, who the hell is this guy?
Right.
Or it would maybe just be giving away some of what happens during the trial.
I was going to say, Manny in the chat says, I actually had been watching Matlock since it came out, so hearing Andrew's in it motivated me to keep watching it.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, buddy.
Yeah, man. That's
Hell
awesome. Cheers, man.
Yeah.
Back here. What's this one, huh?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that one's just for show.
I forgot there's another camera.
Yeah. I had that one.
I see the cap
out.
It's funny how these things work.
Like, we're really excited about having you.
We have multiple angles.
Quickly back to your motivation of wanting to stream, like that's up there for that.
Reminding you.
But I always look at him like, not today.
No.
Not today.
No. This setup is great. I feel like I said that last time I was here too.
Maybe
I mean,
this is all different. This is new.
Okay.
These are all the posters, the lights, and then some of the equipment's a little bit more. But
I know. It's really nice.
Not too shabby. Yeah. But what is shabby and awesome? Is shabby a good
I
word?
think shabby's a bad word.
I think shabby is a good
because
What's
you're
the-
not,
It'd be
it's
good in
not-
this context.
Because you're not too shabby means it's
Well,
not
speaking
too,
of not too shabby,
we're
there
gonna
we
say
go.
good.
Okay.
Speaking of good.
Speaking of not too good.
Speaking of great.
we
There
did watch
go.
the episode you were in. And you
Okay.
were
Crushed it, man.
fantastic.
Yeah,
dude.
you
It was
guys-
so
thank
awesome.
you
I had a
guys.
smile on my face the
Yeah.
entire time.
Oh, that's-
You were so great, and I was on your side. I won't spoil anything from the episode, but I was on your fucking side the whole time. Not the whole time, but
Stupid
you know.
shorty girls.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like you were that's amazing, guys. That
Yeah.
means a lot to me.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
know.
Oh, of
Thank
course,
you.
dude.
Yeah, it was such a good experience. The cast was so great to work with. They're all so like welcoming and
Right.
talented. Along with all like the producers and the director Jude on that episode, and Kat, who's like the executive director.
Oh God. For a second, I thought it was like, are you on cat terms with Kathy Bates?
No, God, no, 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 no.
I was
no,
like,
no. I would not. I would not.
Bro.
Even if I were, I don't
Oh,
think
you
I
no
would do
way.
that. That would be so lame.
I jolted for a second. I was like, dude, are you
No,
cool?
Kat-
I'd
Kat
throw like a
Coiro,
Mrs. Cat in there or
the
something.
director.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
I feel like they made me like feel comfortable. I was freaking out.
Sure.
Right?
Oh,
Like,
fuck
how do you not
yeah.
freak out?
I was
Like,
freaking out for you.
It was just a lot.
Yeah.
You know, just the everything from being even at the table read with like Kathy and Bo was just like, holy shit, they're there. They're right there at this
Yeah.
table with me. And like
That's
I
awesome.
was like, do I know how to read? Do I remember how to read? I was like, at least I remember these lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been crazy, and it's been really
Nice.
great to hear that people have liked the episode.
Yeah. I've been seeing. I saw a lot of. I think I saw from your stories a lot of people posting about it. And then, did you have like a watch party too?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I had
That's
my
fucking
mom
awesome.
come down. She's she's my number one fan in the best way, and also she's like she makes these shirts.
Oh, I love it. I love no.
That's great.
Look at
That's great.
my mom. I mean, my mom hasn't made shirts, so thanks, mom.
I wish.
But
that-
she. I mean, they're moms.
yeah.
You know.
Well, these shirts don't. You know. I just don't feel like they just they
What's
have like
on
a
these
heart,
shirts?
and they say there's a heart and it says Andrew, right?
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
adorable.
it's adorable, right?
Yeah.
And then on the back, I
like,
feel like it's
Fox.
gotten big. Yeah, exactly. It's gotten like bigger, and like this last time it was like bedazzled. And
Okay.
and it says Superstar Baby.
Oh,
And
that's adorable.
That's adorable. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's like
And she's. And, I mean, sure, she left the house to come to your place, but you know, not like you
I wish
guys
she
went to a
didn't in
theater.
that shirt. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's cute.
Well, she wears it in public. I had to tell her not.
Oh,
She
okay.
has like
Oh.
numerous ones. Yeah, no, she wears it out.
Does she have like Team Action for Schmoedown shirts?
She
and
does
stuff?
have, yes, she
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
those, which
My
I'm
mom's,
more okay
like-
with wearing those.
Okay.
Right? Seems like it's not homemade.
My mom
or
had a
crazy.
Wanger shirt, and I was like, "Mom, don't wear that in public. Just don't. You don't want people asking questions. Just don't do that."
She's like,
What does
well,
Wanger mean? Yeah.
well,
I want to
just-
support you.
I understand that, Mom. I thank you.
Yeah.
But
I'm very grateful that my mother is
Yeah,
so
of
supportive.
course,
yeah.
But I wish those shirts were. There was less of them. Let's say that. I
Yeah.
won't say not exists. 'Cause
Okay.
That sounds unappreciative.
well,
I'm grateful.
Shouldn't have told us that because the next
There's
time
a link
we.
to buy them in the
Yeah.
description
Well,
right
I was gonna
now.
say next time you
Yeah.
work with us on a thing, if we ever have it, we premiere it somewhere.
How great would that be
boy.
if we had him on this show? Like, well,
We're
joke's
like,
on you, we
well,
have
We've
him
been
right
speaking
here.
with your
way.
mom, by the way.
She's actually over here.
Yeah, you're back. I
Yeah,
took
yeah.
you,
Brenda,
airport
come on out.
2 days ago. Yeah, watch party was
Yeah.
cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it was nice to share that moment with my mom. Like,
Yeah, of
no
course.
matter what I tell her, it's like an Asian parent, you know. So it's like there's always a way that it sounds like it's a compliment, but it's like also like, well, it could be better,
Yeah.
you know. And like, so she was like, I can't wait to watch you on my on real TV, on the real TV.
Mhm.
And I'm like, well, you have seen me on TV
Yeah.
before, like
It's
you
like,
know,
Mom, I've been in movies.
yeah,
and
I've been
stuff.
another. Yeah, I mean, I was in the Lifetime movie that was on
Yeah.
TV at least, you
Mhm.
know, commercials, whatever. And she's like, yeah, I know, but you know,
She doesn't have a Shutter account for VHS.
I know, I wish.
Come on.
I know. But the way that she put it, it was nice for her to, you know, she's of a totally different generation.
Sure.
My mother,
Yeah.
not to date her, but like, you know, she's getting close to 80. So it's like,
Oh, wow.
when you think about like what she grew up watching, and then like with network television and all
Mhm.
that, and just being able to hear like a 3-letter name to tell her like CBS or ABC or
Yeah.
Fox or something.
Not that Fox.
Not that Fox. Not that Fox. Yeah, that was pretty damn cool.
That's awesome. How was she like when you first told her that you wanted to be an actor?
Not stoked.
Not stoked about it.
No, no. I mean, well, I was like kind of a fuck up in college, honestly. I did really well in high school.
I bet you never even tried. You're just.
I didn't. I did not.
Fuck you.
I did not, and I got really good grades.
This is you. Hey man, could I borrow a Scantron? I didn't really study last night. Thanks. And then you just fucking
Nailed
passed.
it. Yeah.
Look, man,
passed.
I didn't. I would cheat. I would just look. No, I wouldn't ask. No.
It's been a long time, so it's
No,
fine. We've all done it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think. I don't know.
Well,
I
when did
honestly
you-
don't have a good answer
I
for
probably-
why school was easy for me up through high school.
Probably just naturally smart. God, what's it like, guys?
It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it was great. It was really
What was
great.
that I
No flaws whatsoever.
Did you watch the last episode that he was on at all?
I watched his episode. Yeah.
No, not Matlock, but on our show.
Oh, not.
You know the program that we do?
You said episode of
I
the
know,
show.
I'm
I thought
sorry.
about Matlock.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, not in preparation.
Okay, because I was gonna say fuck, did I ask you? I probably asked you all this shit in that first one, but
No, honestly, even if you did, I don't remember either. That's what I was saying about my
We've
memory.
established this.
right?
We have
someone
the same question.
someone will remind us.
We
but
could do this every year. You
Yeah.
could go through the exact same list of
probably-
questions.
this
And
is
I
a
would,
piece of
I would
cake.
leave and I'd be
Got
like, "That was a
this.
great show, guys."
What was like the initial bug that made you want to be an actor? Like what was the linchpin of that?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been like drawn to it. I remember like the first time I felt acting heartbreak was in elementary school. There
Okay.
was a school play of Lewis and Clark,
Mhm.
and me and like my very good friend. Her name is Jenny, and her and I we also played this math game called 24. We played it and competed with the whole state. And
Whoa,
um,
the whole state.
yeah, it was like a big math competition. It was like there's cards and there's 4 numbers on them. And you have to add, subtract, divide, or multiply using all 4 of them to get
Oh.
to 24.
Yeah.
Did Kiefer Sutherland
I was
ever
gonna.
host?
You
Yeah.
fucker.
And he hosted
Whoa,
the
Jack Bauer's
finals.
trying to defuse a bomb.
Chloe,
Damn
we
it.
need to defuse this bomb.
Damn it.
So Jenny and I were very good at this game, 24. We went to this state competition, and she
Wow.
ended up eliminating me. And I remember
wow.
being devastated.
Goddamn
Jenny, look at me now, Jenny. No,
She's like a scientist now.
Yeah.
she's like, I still beat you. And then, we also had a school play for Lewis and Clark, and she got Lewis, and I was going to be Clark. And it was like, again, 1 and 2. This is amazing. I got the part, and then maybe an hour later, someone came and pulled me aside, and they were like, "Look, we have to give the role of Clark to someone else in a different class." Now, here's what I don't know.
Do that.
I don't know what
Yeah.
happened here. I know it was literally in
Yeah.
3rd grade.
You're like, we saw your performance at 24, and not what we're looking for.
I was so devastated. They told me the reason why was because there was too many people from our class that had gotten roles in the play. It was an elementary school play. We had to share it amongst.
Okay.
But I don't know how many people had roles in our. It might have just been her.
Yeah.
At Lewis. I don't know.
Hmm.
Anyway, so ever since then, I've been
trying to just make
angry
up.
to just make up for it.
Just one day you're gonna be a Lewis and Clark biopic.
Yeah.
And it's gonna come full circle.
Yeah.
That'll be it. And I'm gonna call that teacher, who I still remember. No, I have no idea who that teacher was. I'm sure it was.
Where are they
true.
now?
Where are they now?
Teacher?
Teaching elementary
The
school.
Department
still.
of Education is going down.
It's
Look at
not
them now.
in a good place.
Yeah.
I don't want that, by the way. That's
Full
a
disclosure.
joke.
We actually
I think that's a
really
terrible thing to do.
Support the Department of Ed.
Just saying for the sake of the joke. I understand that we're
Yeah.
in a dire situation. Anyways.
Yeah.
I've got to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then in middle school, I did theater and improv classes, and I loved it. And I did a middle school play, which was cool. It's called Christmas Comes to Detroit, Louie, and that was
okay.
that was the first play I actually remember being in.
Nice.
Then in high school, it was I loved theater and I wanted to continue acting, but I also wanted to be liked and play sports.
Oh, sure.
And I really liked playing sports also. But it was also the cool thing to do.
It's
so
different
it was
time,
easier
too.
to go. Yeah,
I'm
for
sure back because you're in high school. When?
God, man, I was in high school in the early 2000s.
Damn.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I know. Viewers are dropping actually as quickly as I said. It hasn't even gone to air yet.
They're like, this guy still has a Facebook.
Yeah.
I do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've actually posted about this on there.
Oh, shout out! Shout the
Shout
fuck
out to the
out.
Facebook watchers. All right, here we go.
Wait, are you
Meta!
live on Facebook
Yeah.
right
Big
now?
fan of Meta.
Yeah.
I'm not, but okay.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, but like we were saying,
so-
different time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and we did 2 plays a year at our high school, and the musical was in the spring, which I didn't really play any sports during the spring, but I played football. in the fall, and that was when they did like the dramatic play or the comedic play. So I just had to like pick one or the other.
Sure.
So I just took classes, and then I didn't really do much theater for like my senior year of high school, and then my freshman year of college. I had no idea what I wanted to do. My mom wanted me to like be a doctor or a lawyer, you know, typical Asian parent.
Now you played one on TV.
There you go.
There you go,
There we
Mom.
go.
I know.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah, that's what I tell her now. College was really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go to college in Oregon?
Yeah, my freshman year I went to Oregon State, and then I transferred to Eugene, where I was gonna go to U of O, but I just ended up staying in community college there.
Okay.
And that's where I ended up like falling in love with theater again. It was like no idea what I wanted to do. I knew I wasn't gonna be able to do either of the things that we just talked about. I didn't have the work ethic for it in school. I just like school never really clicked for me. I never liked school. And that's why it was like nice that it was kind of easy. But as soon as it got hard, I was like, I don't have the will in me to like try.
Sure.
You know?
Especially when you're going through a phase. Like I'm sure a lot of people go through this in the early stages of college where they don't quite know what they're going to do. Even people that do have a plan, along the way, they're going to come across something like, oh, I think I like this instead of this. You know?
Yeah, there was like, they kept telling us this statistic, like when we were applying for colleges of like, 80%, I don't know what the number was, but like they changed their major after their freshman year. And I was like, then why do we have to declare it? I was like, why is this so important?
Yeah.
Like, I was really stressed out by the whole thing. I just felt like I was just like, I don't know. I just felt like it was like a square peg in a round hole. Like I had no idea what was wrong with me. I got super depressed. I flunked like out of college my freshman year, basically. I didn't get like kicked out. But I did get like academic like warnings, I remember. And that was like
scary.
Yeah, I hadn't had to like hide my report card from my mom since like middle school,
Yeah.
And even then I could get my shit together. It was like a 6-week check-in.
It is different because it's college.
It's college and it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And, so that was one of the reasons why I actually transferred too, because like the freshman year I went to a state school was super expensive. And I got like, it was the first time in my life I'd failed classes. My GPA was like a 1 something, I think. It was insane. And it was just because I just like played video games and skipped class a lot because I just had no idea what I wanted to do. And it was really tough. So I transferred my sophomore year to, like I said, to Eugene, and I started going to community college to like make up credits. And I took a social class, which led to like a psychology class, which led to the teacher telling me I should try like taking an acting class again.
Dude, hell yeah.
And I was like, wow, all right, this is great. Like I missed this. I love this. And then I actually got like an acting scholarship, like pretty quick out of the gates after starting. And I was like, all right, I think and I was happy. Yeah. That was the other thing. I was like, holy shit. I'm like, I actually like my life again. Like what have I felt like purpose.
Yeah.
That's great. Little did I know it would bring me here.
That's the thing. I give my hats to I tip my hat to anyone that wants to be an actor because it's you can get it to a place. I mean, I see a career like yours, and you've been very fortunate, and you've gotten a lot of great stuff. And having worked with you, you work for it. It's not just like, it's not anything like how you say you were in high school. Like you're putting the fucking work in, and it shows in the performance and everything that you're doing. So but the I guess the other side of that is like when you're an actor, you're gonna get a lot of rejection.
Oh yeah, man.
When you're sending in, whether it's like audition tapes or if you're there in person, it's not all gonna be wins. There's gonna be some downtime.
No, I have like a list. It's even called The List.
I love that.
It's good.
Stephen King, before he ever got anything accepted, like he had a wall full of rejection letters for years until he got his break.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I have a list of like all these projects that I've auditioned for that I thought that I would be good for.
Wow.
Which is every audition I get, right? Like let's be real. That's the way we all feel.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I have this list because it's like it reminds you and it humbles you. And when I was younger, I had someone tell me that they'd like measured their successes every year in the entertainment industry based off of like how much bigger of a scale their failures got. It was like, and put it in acting terms is like, oh, I got a couple auditions, but I didn't get the part. And then like the next year, you're like, oh, I got a few callbacks, but I didn't get the part. Then like the following year, it's like, oh, I got a part, and then like 2 callbacks. You know what I mean? Like, it's like the failures are smaller, but it's like, because at the end of the day, you really want to book the role. So getting a callback, you do tell yourself is a win. It is a huge win.
Yeah.
But also at the end of the day, you're like, well, but so that's why moments like this are really special, because also another person that I met when I was younger told me that like we live in a business of relief. It's like every time you something comes out, even like with this episode, I wasn't sitting at home be like, man, wait till the world sees this. You're sitting there, you're like, oh my God, I hope this is good. And then you watch it and you're like, oh, thank God, or like you book a part, you're like, about time I got my next role. No, it's not like that. You're like, oh my God, thank God I'm not like crazy. Like I still have it. I'm still, so it's like I live in this world of like relief and short-lived moments of like feeling like it's all paying off. And so yeah, man, there's so much rejection that comes with it. It's like I guess this is the whole point of this, is just to like talk, right? We just talk.
We can be quiet.
Just say words. Yeah.
Can I get another? Do we got?
Get another one. Take a shrimp. Take a shrimp. No, don't eat it. It's not real.
One of my college teachers, he did professors, my acting professors. He did this, and he had. When I was in college,
he drank a lot.
He drank a lot. He did this exactly, and I just like shotgun the beer,
and that's why the Department of Education. No.
So he came into class. It was like our last day of class, and it was like the acting 3 class or whatever. So it was all of us that had worked a lot with him and worked together a lot. This is like 3 years into the program of this theater program, and like on the last day, he comes in. He's like a little bit late, and he seems like he's in a bad mood. He's kind of like grumbling to himself, whatever. He like sets up he's like this tiny guy. He's 5'2" or whatever, but he was carried himself like he was like 6 feet tall. He got his little podium, and he sat there, and he just kind of looked around. He just like smiled with his coffee cup, and he's like, all right, I want each and every one of you to write down on a piece of paper what you want to do with your acting career, like what your dreams are, He's like, and I'll be back. And then he just left, and we were like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is going on? What is actually in that coffee cup? And so we all kind of like look around, and we get out a piece of paper, and I guess we just kind of do it. And he comes back, and he asks, he's like, all right, great, who wants to share? And no one wants to share.
Sure.
Right? We're all like looking around, like, all right, who the hell's gonna do this?
Go? You
Yeah. And there's this one guy who, and God bless him, because I really wish I had his confidence. He's like, I'll go. And he kind of had like a broy voice, but he was a great guy. But he just happened to sound like this.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll go. And
his
like,
name
all right,
Chad?
great. His name was not Chad. I'll save the name.
Okay.
He's like, I want to be the greatest actor that's ever lived. I want to win back to back Oscars, be the first person that's ever done it.
Confidence.
Yeah. And I remember sitting there and being like, this idiot.
Sure.
And I was like, God, I wish I had half of his confidence. I was like blown away by him at the same time, where I was like, I can't believe he's saying this out loud. But also I was like, good for you, man.
Sure.
So the professor, he kind of chuckles, and he's like, great. And he kind of looks around. He's like, do a lot of you have similar or certain things that sound similar to this, whatever, on your paper? And then he goes, he's just like 12 of us or 14 in this class, and he goes, you, and he points at each and every one of us and looks us in the eyes. And he's like, you're not tall enough. He's like, you're not good enough with accents. He's like, you can't sing. He's like, he just, whatever it was, it wasn't like a horrible thing. He wasn't, he didn't say something, racist or something, but it was just like, whatever. Maybe it was something, and he knew us really well, so maybe it was something we were insecure about. Like maybe to me, he was like, maybe you're, whatever. And it cut to your heart, right? And then he did that to each and every one of us. He goes, okay. He goes, good luck. And then he just left.
Oh shit.
That was it. That was the last day of class.
Oh fuck.
That was it.
Wow.
That was so wild.
Wow.
Dang.
Okay.
It's the ending of Lost. Just what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And then I remember we just sat around. We're like, what the fuck? And we all kind of laughed. And we were like, all right. And then I remember we all sat there for like 10, 15. And like, I'd say by the end of like 20 minutes, we had trickled out. This was like very. I was like, there's got to be a camera in here. I was like, there's someone. This is like, what is the point of this? Is so theatrical, and it made sense.
Yeah.
And that was like it.
Wow.
And since it was the end of school, there was no like plays we were working on. It wasn't like we saw him again. And I was just like, damn, okay. And I was like, I kind of like hated him for it for like years. It just like made me mad. I was like, why would you do that to us? Like, this is our dream. This is what we want. Then I remember after being here for like 7 or 8 years, I was like, it just like one day, it was like woke up in like a fever dream, you know? And I was like, oh my God. I was like, that is one of the best things he could have done for any of us.
Yeah.
I was like, if that alone could have stopped you from moving to LA, like you should thank him, you know? And if that is going to like break you, then like, you know, you got to tough up because it's going to get a lot worse.
Yeah.
It's going to get a lot worse. And it's going to mean a lot more than just like your feelings being hurt on the last day of school.
Yeah.
You know, and like, you know, I've been here for 15 years, man. And, you know, as much as I love Matlock and I love being a part of this show and I love this character, like you never know how long anything is ever going to last. You never know when you're going to get another phone call. So yeah, the rejection along with like the not like salaried gig is always it's always in the back of your mind.
I bet that professor fucking looks so forward to that last day.
I know every year he's like getting
just waiting for that last day.
Mirror, yeah.
He walks into the lounge and they're like, dude, he's like, oh,
he's got a special coffee mug.
Yeah, you
should
have seen the look on their faces.
Yeah, I bet he goes like hides. In the back and it's just like,
he maybe does have a camera in there.
Yeah,
just for no, maybe not. That's weird. But
yeah.
But no,
there's a camera in there.
Sure. But I mean, look, Matlock has been on my list to watch. Really got to get it on now.
Yeah,
get
it's
on
a
it now.
Great show too.
Yeah.
Like, network shows that are procedurals, you feel like you know what you're gonna get when you watch them, or like you're like, oh, I've seen these before, and I feel like this show is so not that, which is really exciting. Obviously having someone like Kathy Bates as your lead, but the whole cast is like incredible. The whole cast is incredible, and then like the story is great. Like the writers are so great on the show. Not only are they funny to like all ages. Like I love that, you know, during the watch party, my mom, who is again like the age that she is, and you know, people that are in their late 20s that were there can like all watch and be like enjoying and laughing and like having a good time watching the same show. It's pretty damn good.
Hell yeah, man. Well, congrats, dude.
Thanks, guys.
Well deserved. You're great. You're great in the show. You're great to work with.
It was fun watching it, like knowing you, because like I couldn't help but be like, you'd say a line and be like, that was a good take. Hell yeah, dude.
Good job, my boy. Good job.
That's right.
That's what I mean. I think you had you alluded to the fact that you're not going to know how it's going to turn out, because it's like, yeah, you're not going to know what take that they're going to use. Like I'm sure, like after the day, you're like, this was a good one, and maybe in the back of your mind was like, don't use this take, use this one instead.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly was so busy trying to just like not fuck up. And not be a problem, you know, and like, it was also, you know, the only other time that I've worked on a show of this scale was when I worked on For All Mankind, and I was not like a person that like my character didn't matter. It was basically, even though that was billed as a guest star, I was, it was really more of like a co-star role, because it got cut down, I think, in editing anyway. So it ended up being just like, I was a news anchor.
That's right. That's what I was going to say.
Excuse me. And, there was like, I think it was supposed to be like maybe 3 lines total, and it ended up just being kind of like one as the camera was passing by. And while I was like super grateful even just to be there, so I could be like, holy shit, this is wow. Like even when you get to Crafty in the morning, you're like, wow, there's 3 food trucks here in the morning. Like this is
it's
even
real.
Then you're like, whoa,
it's real.
Whoa, boys, we've made it.
We were gonna have a food truck for Dawn, but you know, we just had
one of these days we should go all out on our little shorts and have like a full-on studio level.
But no,
you're like, we all had to share a bed. Like we could have just gotten.
Yeah. But guys, multiple trucks we got over here.
I was gonna say, but no budget for anything else, just for the Crafty.
Food.
Yeah. Sorry, we couldn't.
We don't need to have a camera. We're just like, come on, get some lunch, guys.
Yeah, we just wanted to have lunch with our
friends.
Inviting
you out.
Yeah.
But I was so I was just trying to like keep it together. So I had like really no concept of like which takes were good or which ones were bad, which ones they were going to use. Obviously there's some where you like feel better, but like I am I don't feel comfortable enough to go and be like, guys, I think we should use that one.
Right.
You know?
No, that's fair. Because I always wonder how actors process that, because like it's easy for us because we see all the takes and sometimes have an idea. Like I think like on the day when we film stuff, we'll be like, oh yeah, that one was probably the one. But then sometimes I think the tricky thing is like when we're in edit, like sometimes a great take will be good on like one person, but then we need like, oh, well, but then this other moment might have just been elevated a little bit. So then you're kind of sacrificing a couple things here and there to like, well, their reaction to this was great, but this line delivery was a little bit better. So that's where the tricky thing comes in. And it's like, you know, we're trying to be nice to all of our actors.
Of
course,
but
at the end of the day, it's the story that matters. I'm sorry. That's
totally.
I mean, don't blame me. Blame Cody. He's like, we're cutting Andrew's part here.
Yeah, I was actually hoping we could discuss this.
We can, yeah.
Never a better time.
I spent more time out there working on Dawn. I feel like I should have more footage.
Yeah, you got a nice oneer. You got a nice little
I love
pizza oneer.
I mean, not to like talk about myself. I love the whole show. I love the whole film.
Please
but I do
talk
have
about
to say,
No,
I love what you guys like. I love that role that you guys were able to have me be a part of the project with. Like I know you called me, you're like, it's a pizza guy, and I was like, well, okay. I was like, that's awesome. Well, let's do it.
I'm glad you did say that, but also the fact that you came in there and you added more to what it was made it so much better.
I realized I don't think I've told you when that premiered at Yucca Valley Film Festival, the little thing that you ad-libbed when you're walking back to the car. When you're like, oh yeah, the pizza, whatever. Crushed in the room.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. People love. They were laughing.
Oh, that makes you so happy.
And it sounded great, and it went.
I remember in my mind, I was like, okay,
yeah.
Andrew, like this is not about you.
No,
like,
yeah, that
you just
part.
Need to stop
that part went really well.
That's what makes you a good actor, is because you're elevating like what is typically a very small role, and that whole sequence of you walking from the car or from the house to the car was all ad-libbed. Like that was like perfect. That's exactly what we needed. That little bit of levity before shit starts to hit the fan.
Yeah.
Even someone came up to us like after like the Q&A, like they had us like sign posters for Yucca. Some guy came up to us and was like, I totally thought like the pizza guy was going to be like the killer or something like that.
Okay.
And they were like, I had no idea there was a monster in it. I was like, fucking red herring. He's literally wearing red, dummy.
Gotcha.
That guy was very sweet. But
with like takes and stuff, I think the biggest thing, well, what we're really lucky with there is like there's 3 cameras, you know, on some shots, 2 cameras on most. So you get really lucky on like, even if one actor's not great on one take, you've got double coverage, so I think they can cut back and forth. The thing that I think I had to keep telling myself, and shout out to Jude Wang, the director of the episode, who is like, we've become pretty close. She came to the watch party.
Oh, sick.
She's wonderful. She's so talented. She's worked on incredible stuff. But like these people are, they didn't say this, but in my mind, I had to like remember like, these people in this show and this moment is all so much more important than I am, that like if I didn't do a good job, or they didn't get the takes that they wanted, we would still be there.
Sure.
You know, like I'm not like me and my, you know, fragility as an actor, or like even let's say if I was being a diva, whatever it was, like they need what they need and they're going to get it. Right.
Sure.
And like that's, you know, so I think that was something I had to tell myself, is like, because I was always panicking inside about like what to do. And I mean, even just like getting ready for a shot, it's like the props person comes up and gives you the stuff. Remember, it's like, you know, we talk through the blocking again, and you're going to go here, and then you got to remember about this camera, and you want to sit here, and you have to hand this on this line. It's like all that stuff, and then you're like, and I have to act. So I think it was just like, all right, I got to trust that these people know that they got what they wanted, and we can move on. And especially because like in TV, or at least this show, I can't speak for all television. You know, it moves really quickly.
Yeah.
You don't get a ton of takes, and they also want to see different flavors, different colors, whatever you want to call it, different tone, basically. Like, oh, maybe this time they're angry. This time, you know. There was like a great thing about Willem Dafoe in a movie talking about like, we're gonna do one take like you know, one take like you don't know, and one take like you have no idea what's going on. You know, and it was like they're so different, you know, and so doing that in television when you're already moving really quickly, a lot of it was just like, oh my God, like, did I do what I wanted to do for that tone? We're moving on to the next one. Now we've only got 5 takes because we got to make schedule. We got to get, and I don't, you know, so I when I was watching it, I wasn't like freaking out the whole time, being like, oh, they didn't. This. I was like watching it, being like,
oh, cool.
Okay, this is okay. This is like not too bad.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean, you got to imagine too. I'm sure a lot of people on the behind the camera are probably feeling the same way because they are short for time, or if it's something is coming down to like budget reasons or what have you. I'm sure like at the end of the day when they filmed it all, they're like, "Fuck, did we get everything? Like, do we have everything that we need?" And then it's even scarier when you're in the edit room and you're like, "Fuck, I need this shot." Then that they start to get like creative with shit. So I'm sure you're not the only one that thinks that either. I think it goes around for sure. Yeah.
I was really happy with I saw a little bit when we did. I went in for some ADR, so I was able to see like what the picture lock was. And
nice.
And it was it's just been like it hasn't like my life hasn't like changed drastically, but at least this still was like a life-changing experience.
Sure, absolutely.
Like, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, like I said, I'm super stoked.
Congrats
for you.
again, dude. This is awesome. Yeah.
Cheers.
Great performance. Amy in the chat says, "Do you know Amy Benner?" Says, "I'm so proud of you for never giving up on acting. Took me a while to warm up to you and Ben in SD. Is it San Diego?
In Schmoedown.
Oh, okay. And then
No.
Oh, and then fell in love. Miss it. I see a long future for you on Matlock into next season. Heart you.
Cheers.
Love you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
there you
Amy.
go. That's nice.
Woo.
That's really nice.
I was like Ben, but Ben from but Ben.
Yeah.
Ben.
Yeah. Good old Ben.
There we go. Took a second. Shout out.
It's like a whole lifetime ago now.
I know.
Isn't
I
that
think
weird. Yeah.
Oh, it's been 10 years already.
What?
From when it first started. 2014, right? Or is it 13? No, it's
technically it was 14.
14.
Like initially.
Yeah. I think then the teams was 2015, and then the Collider stuff was 2016.
I'm not happy about anything you just told me. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
oh my
but
God.
that's true, right?
Yeah, no,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, I think you're
Wow.
right on all those.
And then you probably didn't come in until was it 2016?
I think it was like maybe 2017, 2016,
Okay.
2017.
Back when we were like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
Coming in here with his
Yeah.
suits. What the fuck?
Such
a lifetime ago.
Back to those times, and I'm like, no wonder everyone hated me.
No.
I mean,
Like,
I think the same thing about myself. We were such grumps back then.
We came in there just like just so young and with so much energy.
But you were also directed to. Like that was the direction
no,
for the whole thing.
You were fine.
Yeah. And I mean, trust me. I'm sure we talked about this on the last one.
This I know for sure.
Yeah,
You were by far not the worst of it. You were by far not the worst of it.
No.
Speaking of Schmoedown, I'm actually going to go on. I'm going to go on Christian's show on Wednesday. Say hi. to
Oh,
him.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him in a.
Are you going
long
in here,
time.
or is it just like
No,
okay.
I'm just going to do it on Zoom.
Oh, nice. Nice little trip down memory lane.
Yeah, good old. That's the thing about this that I do enjoy is look at that beer's on me tonight.
Oh, AJ.
49.
Holy
AJ.
shit.
Oh,
Salute to
thank
you, General.
AJ.
Where's
Give
the
him
air
something.
horn?
Give him something.
Where's
Give
the air horn?
That's
Where's
a
the fucking air horn?
I don't know. Do we
There
take
it
it?
is.
There it
Oh,
is.
Sorry about that. New
Team
board.
Action debuted March 2017.
Thank
Shout out
you
to you,
so
Kelly.
much.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's
AJ
incredible,
says,
AJ.
beers on me tonight. Just want to say that we always believe you, Drew. Action Army salute.
Yeah, love you. Great to see
Thank
you. Great
you,
to see you,
buddy.
AJ.
Thank you, AJ.
Yeah.
Appreciate that,
Live
man.
in infamy, Kelly.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to top that, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. It's a competition or anything, but by all means.
Yeah, it's crazy how long ago that stuff was.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where these like it goes back to these people in the chat. They're OGs. Like they helped us so much through the years in terms of just like having a community to help us at least feel like we weren't on an island. You know,
Oh yeah. I still remember like 2019. 2019 was a weird year for me in general, just personally. But I think doing all the traveling and all the live shows.
Yeah.
As much as like I was probably stressed and I hated a bunch of stuff, but but after every show that ended, I was like, "Fuck, this is cool."
And there was nothing better than the post-show beers. that
Oh my
we'd have,
God.
whether it be like just at like a bar or like someone's hotel room or something like
The
that.
parties
Like,
after a Schmoedown
it
event
was fun.
were legendary.
Yeah.
Well, because it was like equal part, like, yeah, hell yeah, we did it, but also like, do you remember what this motherfucker did?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yep.
God damn it. Hit your mark.
Never you though, Andrew. Never.
No, you were fine. I think
Never
the only
you.
time I might have gotten, and we've talked about this, I think at a live show, were you at the Houston one?
Yeah.
At the arena?
Yeah.
I think like you guys were just like jumping up and down on the.
How do you not if you're in a wrestling?
That's
I
my
know.
take on it.
Well, what happened? Well, at least what I remember is that we had just. You guys had just had another safety meeting, basically, like because people kept fucking around in the ring.
Right.
Yeah.
And Ben and I had just gotten there
Yeah.
after this meeting,
You're like doing suplexes.
like right after. And so the first thing I did when I went in the ring was I did a whatever
That's
it's
right.
called.
Yeah,
where
you gotta
flatten
test it
out.
out.
Yeah, because like I was about to take a chair to the head.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you
Yeah.
did get hurt, didn't you?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Ben is Ben. He's
got some strength on him.
Yeah, Ben hit me in the face with a chair on my lip.
Yeah.
Which was just better for the story.
For
Like
the
the fact that I had
art.
like blood on my
Yeah.
clothes like throughout the night.
I think that one was a more stressful because I remember we ran into some tech issues before. Like
Yeah.
we needed
there
like
was
a couple cables. Here and
Internet
there.
went out 2 minutes before the stream.
Yeah,
there
I
was, like, a
well, this is
lot.
my fault, and this
Very
is not
stressful.
going well. Yeah.
Yeah, you and Ellis were not happy with
When you
our-
jumped on the set.
Well, when
Or-
I when I flopped because you guys, like God damn it, like Andrew, and then
Oh,
Mark was
Mark,
like
Mark.
Andrew,
When
we
Mark,
just and I was
Daddy
like, well,
Mark
we just
comes
got
out.
here. I
Yeah.
was
It
like, how do we know?
It was that, and then when I think you like jumped on the set at Collider one time, like on the actual table,
I
and
jumped on the table.
and
and
That
it
one I
like
was
tilted.
fine with. That was fine.
Yeah.
well,
that
that
was
table
fine.
was fucked anyway.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
It was like the one when I did it with Dan. I think it was one of those moments where no one could say anything in that.
Yeah.
But there was
Sure,
another time when we did. It was like there was all of us there coming together. I think it was like when Kalinowski did something or like corruption. I can't remember, but there was something that happened so that there was a ton of us that all like charged towards the middle, or we all met in the middle of the room, and I jumped on the table and it like tilted.
I think
and
that's
then it
what
was
Mark-
like, then Ellis was like, dude, you're gonna hurt somebody.
I think
He's
Mark
like,
like,
we-
straight up yelled.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that ended up ever making the cut of Mark yelling, but God,
Yeah.
maybe.
There was I think it was Houston, where somebody who was a character on the show started to storm the ring. And without saying who it was, Christian and Mark are on the mic yelling at the person. Get back! No!
Yes,
It's, like,
I know
so
exactly what
fucking
you're
funny.
talking about.
Like thinking like they should jump in for the sake of the story.
That's
Like,
one
no,
of
don't
it.
fucking ruin it.
Yeah.
It was so
Oh,
funny.
It's
my
blank.
God.
No,
Yeah.
blank, no.
It was so good.
Oh,
It
that was
good.
so
That
funny.
shit was so unhinged.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
that
my
whole
God, yeah.
show, there was so
Yeah.
like the laws that we broke. Like
Yeah.
thank God we weren't union. Like
Yeah.
there
Oh
was,
my God,
It
yeah.
was it,
You,
it was.
you tackled Ben, I think, at one point.
I mean,
right?
one of the
Yeah.
best
Yeah.
experiences of my life.
Yeah.
I will absolutely say that
I
being
will
a part of Schmoedown.
I miss
That
parts.
one?
Yeah, I miss parts of it.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, I will say, like, well, you also tackled Roka, didn't you?
I tackled Roka
Yeah.
too.
You tackled
Yeah.
a lot of people.
That one was. I was worried about that one.
Well, he forgot. That's like we always said he forgot. So it's like as I tackled him, I was like, "This is not." I was like, "He's not."
He's not
I was like, "Now I need to
prepared
kind
for
of
this.
cradle him." I was
Yeah.
like, well, I'm gonna kill him because
I was
I'm
gonna
gonna go to
say,
jail.
The tackling Ben into the table, that was actually
That was
like
fun.
that was actually rehearsed. That was an
Yeah.
actual like
yeah.
that was probably the most professional stage thing that we probably
We
did.
bought a fake table just so we can break
Yes.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that one after it happened, like boom, got the shot. We like paused for a second, and then we're like, "We good? We good?" And everyone was like, "Yeah, we did it."
Yep. I remember that was and because Ben was like, "Well, how do we fall into it?" And I'm like, "Well, just fall." I was like, "We
Yeah.
just fall."
Right.
He's like, "I don't know." And I was like, "We're just gonna do it."
Yeah.
Whereas like with the Roka one, I trusted that he knew because he's
Sure.
he's
nothing
he's
to
an
fall on,
actor,
too,
and there's
just the
nothing to
floor.
fall on.
Yeah.
He's like an athlete, like
Yeah.
but then like if you forget it's gonna happen, it's so Ben actually did a really good job falling into that table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I was impressed. I was impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because that was like right around all of his back stuff. He
Mm.
had like
Oh,
back
God,
surgery and all
yeah.
that.
That
So
was
it was
probably like
because of the table.
Yeah.
Was it? Oh, I was gonna say. That was probably like towards the end of the year too, right? That table. I
Oh,
feel like
I
that was at
forget.
some of
I
it,
forget.
one of the
Yeah.
bigger events.
Yeah.
I forget which one, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the good old days, man.
yeah,
It's a
fun
long
stuff.
time ago now.
Long time ago.
Yeah, it's weird because like I think my Collider days were like 2016 to 2020, and that felt like an era. And now I'm looking
Mhm.
back, I'm like, that was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I've had a whole era and a half
Mhm.
since then. It's like that's fucking crazy.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. I mean, because it went to Skybound for like 2 years,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Full
yeah,
years.
Yeah.
The internet. I mean, the internet,
The
COVID,
world,
the fact
yeah.
we had to move it to the internet was tough.
Yeah.
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 I still think it'll come back one day.
I would love it to. I mean,
still
that
think-
was the other thing was
I mean, it'd be harder
not
because like
to make
Christian's
it
in
about
New
me
York, yeah,
again, but that first day on Matlock in the table read when I was like freaking out. I remember I like went to the bathroom when I got there just to like wash my hands because they were sweating so much. There was like no one there yet. There was literally no one. It was just like me and the PA. They're like, oh yeah, you can. Really? Wow. No, they were like, yeah, you
Call
can
time is not
You
for
want a
another-
coffee or something?
Yeah.
Like, what
It's
do you-
like she's like, okay, you do.
You're right, man. You're
I'm like,
sweating.
yeah, that'd be great. She's like, okay, let me go get the coffee machine. No, but David Del Rio walked in, and who was on the Schmoedown in Skybound. He I think he only had like one match actually, but I called, or it was at least one match that I called. And he came in on day one, and he was like, Andrew fucking Ghai, and he gave me a big hug, and it was after everyone was there, so I was like. I think that again, like to talk about
ease you into
being
it a little
comfortable
bit.
there was things like that. Like the director was so great, and the cast, like, and David doing that. I remember was like, okay, all right,
Wow, that's awesome.
We're among friends. We're among friends.
Yeah. See, maybe that's what Schmoedown was missing: guest directors. They would have had us direct a couple of those things.
Oh, that's actually a fun
fascinating.
idea.
That could have been fun.
Like having people bring different like spins to it.
Yeah. We would have all gone
Let's
through.
reboot it. Let's get Chris.
bring
to
it back.
Call him right now.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
We'll stick to the story.
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah.
the script you
It's
needed.
the same thing as if it's a typical TV
Yeah.
show. We'll just bring in different.
We
guest
can go in there,
directors.
shoot those little interstitials.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember that word.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Take that.
It's got to be money involved, though. Like I'm doing it for free.
Non-union.
Did we get
Non-union.
PLD here?
Yeah,
PLD
I think
is
he sent
here.
a super chat
Oh,
as
did he?
well.
Let me see.
Yeah. Shout out there.
PLD projects, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. The army arrives. Missed those days. Still have the unused questions ready to go just in case
man.
a street match breaks out.
Keep him saved, PLD.
I remember after
Same.
a long day of Schmoedown, people just hung out just to do trivia on their own.
Oh yeah.
And we're like, guys, we have to lock up. And then we're like, we're leaving. Just lock the door because I think they were there for like another 3 hours
Yeah,
afterwards.
I loved the Schmoedown hangs, but I have to say, like, after being at one of the all-day events, and then when they would end, and then all people would want to talk about was still movie trivia, and I always wasn't even that good at it. You know what I mean? I was like, oh god. I was like, I'm already barely hanging on by a thread in terms of my knowledge, and now people that don't even play the game are gonna go embarrass me at a bar. I'm like, Jesus, like, can we talk about anything?
Yeah, good times. Well, speaking of talking about anything,
Yeah.
I know you were a big fan of the Oscars last night.
Oh, dude, I watched the whole. That's all I did all day today.
Just watch
Watch the whole
it's only a
broadcast again.
3.5 hours. It's not an all-day thing.
You can't
Well,
stop.
Can't do that.
I played it at half speed, so I really
Oh,
enjoyed it.
shit,
Yeah, I
okay.
really
Didn't
got
miss a single detail or Easter egg.
Those Conan jokes.
So,
So what about those Anoras?
and then the captions would come up early, so it kind of ruined everything.
Oh, that's true. I hate when that happens.
I'll admit, I did not watch the Oscars.
Oh, boy.
And I feel
Wrong button. Wrong button.
you're like, what a great guest to have on for our Oscar show. But what I did do today was I did finally watch Nora. I was like, at least if I'm gonna go to talk at least a little bit about it, because I've seen a few of the movies, but obviously Nora went like nuts last night.
Yeah, kind of surprisingly.
Yeah. I think that was a pretty big
I think
surprise.
The Brutalist was kind of favored for a lot of stuff. but then
Conclave, I think,
Nora-
was too.
Oh yeah, Conclave.
Yeah.
I mean, Demi Moore was the favorite for
Yeah.
best actress.
Which I haven't seen The Substance yet, which I've heard
so
it's
good.
awesome and wild, which I can't wait.
Well, look, I'm happy that Honora got all the wins because that was my favorite movie of last year.
Yeah.
I think it's fucking brilliant. I think Mikey Madsen deserves that Oscar, but
fine
I
with
think
that win.
I'm fine with the win. I just wish it went to Demi.
Yeah, totally. Because you're like, when will you ever get another chance?
Well,
And maybe she will now.
I think
you know?
I think she definitely. I mean, seeing June Squibb up there, like June Squibb is pretty old, and she just she wasn't nominated, but like she's been acting for so long, and like I feel like after The Substance, I think that's just gonna open the door for like even bigger roles. Now. The Substance was a fucking performance of a lifetime. Like, that was just incredible. But what gives me hope is, like, The Substance is such a bizarre movie. The fact that it got all those nominations alone gave me hope just for, like, horror and, like, fucking out there stories in general. So it was a little, like, Mikey Madsen she's got plenty of time,
Totally.
But either way, I'm happy with Mikey winning it, and she's the first Gen Z actress or actor to win an Academy Award.
Wow.
She's so young.
But I think Demi, just a little bit. I wished it was.
It is
Demi.
ironic given the plot of the substance.
Yeah,
that she
yeah.
lost
That's
to
what
a
I've
younger
heard.
actor.
A lot of people pointing that out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did see people saying that, like, favoring younger actors, but like in the past few years, they were like Olivia Colman, who is 3 Billboards. Is it 3 Billboards?
Yeah. Why are we all three of
Francis
us are blanking on
McDormand.
there?
Francis, yes.
McDormand.
McDormand.
Yep, we got there. We got
Wow.
there.
Inclusion writers. Yes, I remember that speech.
I
Like,
used to compete on a movie trivia.
come on, dog. Come on.
We got there eventually.
we-
Oh,
We
Demi
got
Moore
there.
is in Boots Riley's next movie. So
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
I didn't
know
So
that.
like Demi Moore is, I think, better than ever. So like I think she's
Yeah.
got plenty of time.
I mean, I loved her growing up. Like, I was a huge
Yeah.
fan. G.I. Jane changed me.
Mhm.
But yeah, Nora was great. I watched it today just because, like I said, it kind of ran away with everything, and it was a really, really great movie. She did a really incredible job, I think, especially because when you watch her in interviews, she is so soft spoken.
It's not like her character whatsoever.
Incredibly,
Yeah.
very humble and polite.
And she did all the research. She hung out with
Yeah.
like sex workers and
Yeah,
stuff, and she
yeah.
did the whole thing. And
It was incredibly true. It was like just such a wonderfully like true, real performance when you
Yeah.
watched it. It just
Mhm.
felt like you know that this is an actress, you know that
Yeah.
this is a performance, but it didn't feel that way.
Mhm.
And also like if we're just talking about nitty gritty, like I was talking about how nervous I was doing Matlock. I was wearing a suit, like.
Oh, God.
Like
Yeah.
I was even able to cover up how much I was sweating because I was wearing a suit
Mhm.
because I was so nervous because there's a lot of people in that room. There's a lot of
Mhm.
people expecting you to do a good job, and being able to do what she did in that, like I was just blown away, even just by the confidence it takes to be able to have a performance
Sure.
like that and
Oh,
own it
yeah.
the way that she did.
Mhm.
That part of it too, on top of the emotional work that she does, on top of
Oh,
the
yeah.
accent, on top of all
Mhm.
the great looks and the great moments she has, it was just like, damn, like you're pulling that off. Like you have
Mhm.
the confidence to do that in front of the camera
Yep.
for however many takes.
Yep.
And so yeah, it was such a good. And also, it's just one of those movies you're like, how much did this cost?
Oh,
You
it's
know,
$6
that's
million.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like
I saw someone listed on Blue Sky of like a bunch of the movies that were nominated, and like obviously like Wicked is like one of the bigger productions, but it went from like 20 million, 10, 6, like one, I think was it I'm Still Here, or one of them was like $1.6 million, like
Wow.
like very, very low budget movies. And I love Sean Baker's speech. I was joking a little bit. I was like, it's a great speech, but also like there's a lot of terrible things going on in the world right now. But also, you're right. Shout out to independent films.
Yeah. He's just trying
Yeah.
to
I get
get
it.
people
No.
making movies.
I love Sean
Yeah,
Baker,
yeah.
so I wasn't.
Yeah.
There's
I
been a
wasn't
lot of
upset.
really great indies that have come out over the last few years, which I
Mhm.
think is just
Yeah.
it's just a really nice. I feel like we were really obsessed for a while there with like the blockbusters and
Yeah.
especially superhero culture. I think that
Yep.
kind of just pushed the budget of everything,
Mhm.
even just regular series on Disney Plus.
I think they just did I see that in Discord? That I don't know if it's legit, but Disney says
know, I
they're not
think-
gonna be doing long form
Yeah.
stuff
I think
anymore.
they did, yeah.
Laser, I
Yeah.
think we were talking about Nora was $6 million. Is
Yeah.
that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure. I bet the substance costs more because there's some pretty crazy.
The substance
right?
might have
Yeah.
been. I think that was the one that was like 15 million or maybe 10 million. I
And
don't
even
know.
then, that's like a
'Cause
drop
that was
in the
a,
bucket.
that was
for-
a studio movie before they sold it
Yeah.
off.
17.5.
Yeah, there we
million.
go.
So still
There we
under
go.
20
Yeah, yeah.
million. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Honora's great. I thought the whole thing was just
I thought Conan
awesome.
was fantastic.
He was. I bring him back every year.
He's my
Yeah.
guy.
He's
I,
amazing.
Bring him
I was
back.
biased regardless, but I thought he crushed it, man.
Yeah.
He was
I
really
think
fun.
even a like non-Conan fan, because like
Yeah.
Conan's gonna do his thing, and it's basically gonna be a 3.5-hour version of his show.
It was refreshing to hear like a late night monologue. you know,
Yes.
like
Oh, yes.
considering I haven't watched, like he obviously doesn't do his show anymore, so it was like
Yeah.
it was refreshing to hear that style of his comedy
And
again.
I knew he was gonna do
Yeah.
like a spliced in him in a scene from a movie.
Mhm.
He
Mm.
does that for the substance in the beginning. Like,
Okay.
it's just
Yeah.
brilliant, amazing. He had great jokes throughout the whole
Yeah.
night.
Mhm.
He kept popping up. Yeah, surprisingly, and credit to him because I think I watched one of his interviews prior because they were like, "Are you gonna get political?" And he's like,
He normally doesn't.
he normally doesn't.
Yeah.
He only got political with one joke, and I thought it
It
was
was
a really great joke.
So good.
But he was also very much like we watch these things to like escape for a little bit. Like
Sure.
there's so much shit in the world right now.
Yeah.
We don't need to be constantly because like Jimmy Kimmel is very political, and every
Yeah.
time I think he does a great job every time he hosts. But
Yeah.
I think he sets it up to be a little bit more political. I also didn't expect him to say anything about the Amelia Perez actress.
Yeah, I did see that clip.
I was
pretty-
like, oh shit. I was like, well, she's not. Oh, she's there.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
that was a whole.
Oh my goodness.
That whole was a journey.
Yeah.
that
crazy.
whole news cycle
Wild.
was.
Absolutely wild.
But yeah, but he did the Conan thing where it was like he called it out, but he didn't go too.
He wasn't-
hard,
no, he
didn't go
didn't.
too
He'll
crazy.
also make fun of himself 1,000 times before he'll make some fun of somebody else.
I
and that's
loved
what I've
when
always loved
he
about
had
him.
the first responders on. He's like, did you see that I just bowed as if I did something? He's like, I did nothing. I did absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
The one about the Joker 2
Yeah.
producers
Oh my
was
God.
pretty wonderful. It was pretty hilarious, which I still have not seen that, but I have
I still
not
haven't seen
heard
it.
great
No,
things.
I haven't heard good things.
Yeah.
No. I wasn't huge on the first one.
Yeah. Really?
Huge.
Okay.
I think his performance was amazing,
Mhm.
but I thought the movie was just fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like a fun watch or anything.
No.
No.
Oh, the sandworm bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
The
great.
sandworm playing the
Yeah.
instrument. And then he's just like, what did he say? He's like, well, we paid to have a sandworm. We got to do it twice.
Yeah. It just felt like a ceremony that like flew by too. Like
It was long, but
it was
yeah.
It didn't feel it though. Like I was like, oh, I guess we only have the big 4 awards left, and I was like,
Right.
great. Moving
And then
on.
Adrian Brody was like, hold my
He's
beer.
like,
He's
let me
let's
keep talking."
stretch
Some
it
say
out.
he's still talking right
think
now.
so. Yeah.
He got. I mean, because Kieran Culkin called him out at the SAG Awards. Is that
Oh, really?
right?
Oh, he did
During
something like that.
His,
yeah.
I
I
did
did-
speeches are incredible.
Yeah.
Like
Kieran's?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this whole awards tour, he's been amazing. I finally did watch A Real Pain, and
Oh, it's great.
it's fucking
It's great.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
yeah.
He's so good at that movie.
They're both really great.
Oh,
Jesse Eisenberg was great, too.
Eisenberg
I
did
was-
such a good job.
I was because who won screenplay? It was
it was Baker also. Or well, that was
Honora did win it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I wasn't upset with that, but I was also like, I kind of hope Jesse gets it.
Mm.
I think that would have been great.
Mhm.
Yeah. But yeah, Adrian Brody's speech was definitely something.
Yeah, my favorite part was like, "I'll be brief, I promise," and then goes on for 5 more minutes. Loved it.
Excuse me. Did you guys watch The Brutalist or no?
No, that
Still
was,
have
seen
not
it.
yet. I want
Yeah.
to.
it was. I think the only ones I haven't seen of the big ones were I didn't see I'm Still Here, and Brutalist and Nickel Boys. I did see Sing Sing over the weekend.
Is
Oh,
that
how was
finally
that?
Oh, it's so fucking
it's
good.
available to
Really?
rent now, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You
Yeah,
can
maybe I'll
rent it
check it
now.
out.
It's
Yeah.
so good. Yeah, it's
Okay.
fucking heartbreaking. That was good. I did a lot. I watched Wicked. Wicked's really good. You guys
Good
see
for
this?
You. Good for
Oh
you.
my
You
God.
finally saw it. Okay.
Yeah,
I like
Good
Wicked.
job.
You hear about this?
Yeah. What are we
Good
hearing
picture?
about?
Oh,
Oh, the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were about to show us something about
No,
Wicked that it just
I'm just
happened.
asking. Like, have you
I
heard?
saw the two of them sing last night.
Oh, it's
also,
great.
it's
I
just
didn't
they're
do that.
incredible.
Yeah,
you
they're
know?
amazing.
And then with Wicked, the fact that they used their like on-set audio. I heard.
Yeah,
you
I think
know,
they
which
did a
is-
mixture of the
Yeah,
of both
okay.
of them. Yeah,
I was gonna say, how's that possible? Because you watch the movie and you're
Yeah.
like, how could you possibly
Yeah.
be
How
this
good is that
good?
love?
Yeah.
That you
Like this
Well,
is amazing.
I think because like I remember when Les Mis came out, that was like the big thing. They were like, oh, it was in person, and I can see that because that's a more grounded story, and you're not having anybody zipping
It's a little
around
more
or anything.
gritty, too,
Yeah.
just like in
So
general.
that definitely makes more sense to do a mixture like even the final shot of Cynthia Reba. Like that final shot of her high note, like I think that was like a lot of CG, like
her on the
so-
broom.
yeah, flying around. So
Thing.
No,
like
she actually flew.
she
in
was-
the sky
she
for
was
that.
And singing at
I
the
don't know what
same
you're
time?
talking about. No
I don't
wires
know.
or anything.
There-
Yeah.
Yeah, that I was actually I loved it, and I knew nothing about Wicked. I was
Same.
not a
Same.
person
Yeah,
that had
same.
known the story. I'd never went to the play.
Mhm.
Ashley loved it, and so she was really excited. It was like one of the she doesn't like going to the theaters.
Yeah, that's fair.
She got. She was like never huge on theaters, and I think after COVID, she was just like, I don't need to do it anymore. She's like, everything comes on streaming soon, and I like to take
fair.
my breaks and eat my food and
Yeah.
blah 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 and talk whatever. And I
Same,
still
like
going-
movie theaters.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I was
yeah,
thinking
theaters.
like musicals,
movie
or plays.
theaters.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
No,
excuse
that's
me.
fair. I think
but she was dying to go to the movie theater for Wicked, and it was a
Oh,
great
okay.
experience. Yeah.
Nice.
it does. Like, I mean, I think it kind of kills the experience just a little bit when like you go so often.
Yeah.
Where if you take I mean, like fuck the first movie after COVID, like going, I was like, oh my god, I missed this. I
Yeah.
missed this so much. But I don't
You
know.
were Nicole Kidman. And that was
I don't
you.
miss those.
You
We
were
can
like-
we can cut those down. We need to cut down the times of all of these ads before movies because it's
Yeah.
killing me.
It is
Yeah.
crazy.
It's crazy.
It's
It's
about a half hour.
a
whole,
Yeah.
almost a whole half an hour.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Shout out Sean Baker. Go to the movies. Make movies for the theater.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hell yeah, dude. As I watched Nora at home.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry. It was my favorite movie though.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of TV, so it's like I know I need to. I have it sitting on my desk. Complete Unknown. I need to watch that.
Right.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
seen that one either.
I heard it's very
Yeah.
good.
I'm not huge on Bob. I don't know much. Bob
Yeah, I'm not a
Dylan
big
either.
Bob Dylan guy either.
Yeah.
But I love James Mangold.
Yeah,
and
I almost
like,
forgot that it was him. that
Yeah, and
directed
like
it.
you know,
Yeah.
he did Walk
Yeah.
the Line, right? No,
Mhm.
I was actually,
Yeah.
I definitely think I've listened to more Johnny Cash than I have
Because
Bob
of
Dylan
that?
in my life.
Oh, okay.
Oh well, yeah, and because of that,
Yeah.
for sure. Even afterwards, but even before, but I think probably the performance and the way that he tells the story of musicians and in the biopic.
Yeah, either way, tomato. That's
Whatever
cool.
one.
Pick, yeah.
That's cool.
Some
We'll
people
accept
get-
either
some
one.
people get mad about it.
No, it's fine.
He seems to get it though. He
Yeah.
seems to get how to make those movies.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. I agree. No love for the Substance only one for makeup, I think. Right? No?
Yeah. I think that's
I'm
right.
trying to think of like who got goose eggs. Like
Yeah.
Nosferatu didn't get anything.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Did you guys love
I
Nosferatu?
love Nosferatu.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
Don't say
I-
any other way.
I enjoyed it.
Mm.
I gotta
Yeah.
say the middle drug a little bit for me.
Drug? I
But
think you were drugged when
I
you
was
watched
honestly,
it.
I was. I
okay.
think that's maybe why I'd had a couple
I was
drinks.
drugged
I
by
was very full.
Count Orlok's submission. I was
Yeah.
like, I will bounce on it.
I will.
Wow.
Have you seen that TikTok?
No.
No?
What is this?
I will ban.
Oh, now he has to show it. It's like his TikTok
I
he
think the
made.
last-
Andrew, don't fucking spoil
I worked really
it.
hard on it. Hold
Don't
on.
spoil it, Andrew.
Just 2 seconds, real quick. Let me show you. Hold on.
Hold on.
I don't know. It's a trend. I will bounce on. I think we get the idea.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
You must bounce on it. Crazy style.
You haven't seen this on TikTok? Come on.
No, I've not. I've not seen that. It's fucking.
It's
funny.
just this
That's
guy.
Good. That's good.
It's great.
Alright.
That's
All
right.
good.
Thank you.
I
Okay.
mean, I will say
Thank you, Manny.
that
All
I love Bill Skarsgård.
Oh, he's great.
Like
Yeah.
everything
He's so
he
good.
does, he's so
Yeah.
good.
Mhm.
He's so weird in the best way,
Mhm.
and he owns it.
He's coming back for Pennywise for the TV show.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Good. Because I feel like I was, even though I didn't like it too very much.
Yeah, it wasn't my
It
favorite.
was. I love the first one, but just I could watch him be Pennywise like
Mhm.
a lot more.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's exciting.
I think there was a small teaser, or it might have just been from one of those like HBO or those Max like here's everything coming this year, and they showed like a little snippet, and I got actually really stuck because I'm a big fan of the book, and there's some like stuff from the book that was like that I saw in the teaser. I was like, oh fuck, you guys they're doing that? Oh
Okay.
shit, because
Okay.
I just imagined that they would just kind of do their own thing and tie it into these movies, but the fact that they seem to be sticking to some of the stuff in the book kind of gets me a little excited for it. So
yeah.
I think it should be pretty cool.
I think his casting in Barbarian was one of the best.
Oh,
like,
switcheroos.
prop
Yeah.
casting switcheroos ever.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
and they didn't have to do anything. He was
No.
just like a normal
Just a
guy. And you were
dude.
like, this fucking guy. You were like, you just
I
wait.
know he's on
you
it.
just
Yeah.
wait. the
There's
whole
definitely
time.
a meta element to that for sure.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
so cool. And like, that's so cool because it's like he's really only done the one thing that,
Yeah.
that would make you feel that way.
Mhm.
Right? It was just because he was so good.
It was
as
so,
Pennywise.
yeah. It's like, I mean, we had Tim Curry in the first one, and now we have Bill Skarsgård for this one. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're okay with it. You know,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You're totally okay
pass
with
the
it.
torch. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Didn't ruin it. If
Love Tim
anything,
Curry.
even I'm not huge on the second one. I like the first one. I didn't love it, but if there's a standout out of both of those, it's anytime he's on screen. Like,
Definitely.
he made Stephen King proud. I'm
Yeah.
sure he did.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
cool.
Speaking of books,
Oh.
I don't know if you know this, Christian,
Oh.
but
Oh. Oh, Andrew,
You
you
have a
might.
book?
you might need headphones for this.
Yeah, if
might
you
need
if you
headphones
want,
for
you
this,
can just
Andrew, if
put
you wanna
one
do
ear
it.
on if you want to do it.
Just go with the bit. Here we go, Christian. Guess what?
What, Cody?
I read a book.
Cody read a book.
Get it.
Cody read a book. Cody read a book.
Mime it.
So
Mime.
sit down and listen to him talk about the book.
He's got it. It's the whole thing.
Hey guys, welcome back to Cody Read a Book. The segment. Oh fuck! Hold on.
Cody read a book.
Okay, cut it.
Oh,
Hey, guys.
you got the glasses. Okay.
Oh, there it is.
Welcome back to Cody Read a Book, segment of the show where I read a book and I talk about it. This week on the show.
Do you read, Andrew?
I do. Well,
cool.
I listen
Oh,
more.
oh, there you go. Well,
You ready for this one? Frankenstein by Mary Shelley.
Oh, yes, he did it.
First time
Oh,
actually reading it.
gosh.
I knew all the beats, I know the story, but I
You
never
did
actually
not-
sat
you
down
didn't
and
know
read the book.
shit. You didn't know shit.
I finally read it, buddy.
Oh, I'm so happy. This is my favorite
Took
book
me
of
a
all
long
time.
time.
Wow.
It's a 200-pager.
It's a short book.
It's,
It's a very short book.
Shorter than I thought it would be.
It's a hefty read, though.
It's pretty hefty. and-
Mary
and-
Shelley at
and
18 was
clearly written like 200 years ago, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what the
Wow.
fuck is she talking about here? But
Yeah.
it's fucking great.
Oh, it's
You were right.
amazing.
I totally get it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
My favorite word of all time is wretch because of that. They use that fucking word so
I do
much.
like the word wretch.
They
Yeah,
use it
that's
a lot.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I'm not gonna say like surprised, but it was just a delightful read.
Yes.
I'm glad I finally sat down and read it all in its entirety.
Oh, I'm
and,
so happy.
It's good. Yeah.
Perfect timing because Guillermo del Toro
Yeah,
is doing
yeah,
Frankenstein.
yeah.
I think it comes out this year.
Yeah.
It's a Netflix movie, though.
Yeah, but it's still Guillermo
Put
del
it said
Toro.
I
he's
know.
getting a theatrical.
That's what I
release
meant.
for
Like,
it.
I want to
okay.
see. I want to see that. In the
Yeah,
theater.
same,
Yeah.
same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah,
How
I'm
long did it
excited.
take you to read the book?
How way too long.
You're like,
a
we do this
month or
segment
so.
once a year.
Most of the time, like, yeah, I can usually crank out a book in like a week or two, but this took me like a month. It was rough,
I
but I
don't know
got
if-
through it. It's a great time, obviously.
I love that
Classic.
cover too.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh man, this was I read this first in high school, and it just like whoa, like
Yeah.
I didn't know books could be written like this. This is
Yeah.
Yeah.
fucking incredible.
Maybe I should read it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah,
It's one of the most inspiring books, not just because Mary Shelley was 18 when she wrote it, but just
That makes me feel like shit. I forgot.
Oh, no,
yeah.
it absolutely.
Yeah.
I
Ooh,
read
boy.
that. I was, I think, a sophomore, so I would have been like 15 or
Yeah.
16 years old, and I was like, I've got 2 more years.
Don't worry.
I'll be there.
could still
I'll be
do it.
fine.
I'll be
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Cut to fucking 16 years
30
later.
years
I'm like,
later.
I am not anywhere near that.
In case you haven't heard of Frankenstein, guys, check it out. It's
Yeah.
a very good read, obviously. So
Yeah.
that is my segment.
It's frame
Yeah.
narrative.
Yeah.
You go into multiple people's perspectives.
yeah.
So the segment, you don't even tell us what you thought about it, or you know.
I mean, it's,
a little bit.
It's good.
What's there to say about Frankenstein?
I mean,
Has
I was
it
hoping you were gonna
already?
pick it apart in front of you.
No, I mean, yeah.
No, I
I mean, it was just, I fun time. I liked reading it. I liked the style of it. Yeah, it's good.
It's nice to go see.
I
'cause-
feel weird talking about it because he's such a huge fan of it, and I'm like, I don't want to like.
Mm-mm.
I mean,
dumb
you
down
could be
my
great.
fucking opinion of it.
Amber
trying to
read
start
it.
out.
I think last year, and she
Oh.
wasn't huge on it.
Okay.
Yeah, she was.
Okay.
It was a little. I feel like most
Yeah.
stuff that I recommend her, she's like, it was okay. I was like, oh,
trust me.
all
Well,
right.
you're okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's because when he usually does these segments, he usually does newer books,
Yeah.
like
Okay.
right brand new. We
Yeah.
go to the what's new.
I read
section.
like 5 of the top horror books last year.
Yeah.
it was fun. Yeah.
Do you? So when you're reading a horror book, do you get pretty freaked out?
Most of the
Or-
time, no. There was
Okay.
one last year that I read that was really good. It was called Incidents Around the House, and that one, like, it would end like they would always end their chapters on like something fucking terrifying. I'd be like, oh shit, and like that would be like I would sometimes get legit chills sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of the time I'm okay with it. This one
Yeah.
was just kind of like an interesting read. It wasn't like scared or anything.
No,
like
that one's not
but
scary.
Yeah.
Once you go in, there's a certain person that you go through their perspective. Is my favorite part of the whole book, and that's just like, well, the game has just completely changed. I mean, it's been like 200 fucking years since the book came out, but if you know, you know.
You could spoil it.
No, I don't.
We got the movie coming out.
The movie,
guys.
I don't
The
want you to.
movie's
Yeah,
coming out.
I don't have to do that, but.
Yeah. I love how my scarf is just all the way down right now.
I think the only time that I've ever truly been like terrified was when I read it. There's a passage earlier on in the book that I was like, oh, fuck, that's such a haunting image. And Stephen King has characters that are just like, oh, this person is just a despicable human being. So
I don't know if I read many horror books. I think when I was younger, I would read those scary story books. or
real
like
scary stories to tell in the dark.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those types
fuck
of
yeah.
things. and
Those
they would
things
get
were-
me. They would get
because
me.
the illustrations were terrifying.
Yeah.
Some of the best illustrations I've ever seen and some of the scariest stories. Like those were like I read a couple Goosebumps here and there.
Right.
But
Yeah,
it
me
was
too.
real scary
Love
stories to
Goosebumps.
tell in the dark that just like set
So
me
they were
off.
actually scary.
Oh,
Okay,
fucking
good. Yeah, 'cause I
terrifying.
remember them
Oh,
being
yeah.
horrifying as a kid, but loving it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the one with the voice, and like the little stick figure that's getting closer to the bed. Oh, it's scary.
Yeah. I remember one with like the window washer. It freaked me out.
Yeah,
There-
the big
yeah,
toe, whichever the one that was.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you read a book, Cody.
I read a
Good for
book
you.
once again. I guess I'll sort of wind. This is the awkward
Cody.
part where I take my stuff off. What?
Keep your stuff.
What? Oh my God!
Hold these.
Oh, it's still going. Yours is long. Okay, here we go. Wow.
Welcome to my very first edition of Christian Read a Book.
Oh my God,
Folks,
this is
you
a
should
new
play the
thing.
song again.
I know how to read. I've read a book. I don't have it with me because I read off of a Kindle, so
Oh.
it just doesn't make sense to
Okay.
show a
Okay.
screen. But I finally did it. I've read Salem's Lot.
You read Salem's Lot.
I read Salem's
okay.
Lot.
I've heard
All
of it.
right.
Yeah, it's Stephen King's second book.
Okay.
It's his sophomore effort, and it's taken me. I started it last year when I was in Italy. Like I read more than half of it in like a week, and then I was like, "Yeah, I'm rolling. I'm on a good streak here."
Okay.
Didn't finish it until about like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So just
Wow.
kind of
Wow.
put it down. I got busy with other things, what have you. That being said, it's a good book.
I've heard
Good
this
book.
is one of his scarier ones. Is
Yes,
that correct?
it is
Okay.
because
What's it about?
it gradually gets there. Well, see, do you know anything about Salem's Lot?
Nothing.
Mm.
I don't know if I want to say.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I will. You've never seen the movie?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
No.
because it is widely known to be a story about a specific classic monster. We'll just say that.
Okay.
But what's funny is that if you start reading this book, you have zero idea that's what it's about.
Really?
You have no clue, which I think is hilarious because
You hear the title if you've seen the movie and shit. You know
well,
exactly
you
what it's
you
about.
can hear the title if you know. Just it's kind of like an osmosis, like pop culture sort of thing. Like
Okay.
Okay.
it's kind of pop culture nowadays, just to kind of know that Darth Vader is Luke's father. You know what I mean?
I see.
So it's a similar thing when you hear Salem's Lot. You're like, oh, it's a story about this. While reading it, there's no real sort of like idea until it gets to a certain point. So like.
It's like when you're watching Dawn.
That's what I thought was kind of cool. I was like, oh fuck, there's like, there's not a whole lot of like hints towards something, and then once you realize, you're like, oh fuck, is this about?
Okay.
Oh, cool. Okay,
I didn't know that. So it's a slower burn for the reveal.
It is. Oh, it's a burn, baby.
Nice,
It is
I
a
like
very the cool thing about this book. So it's Stephen King's second book, and if you ever read Carrie, it's not a traditional. That's why it was hard when we were talking about recommending Stephen King books, because I would say start with Carrie because it's his first book, but it's not a traditional Stephen.
crazy.
It's not a traditional Stephen King book because it's all told through like letters and interviews. It's very, because I think that's how Bram Stoker's Dracula was originally written, and I think he was inspired by that. Whereas Salem's Lot gets much more into Stephen King's style, and by style I mean he's gonna draw out all these side characters and all their everyday lives, and then he's just gonna fucking crumble it all apart. So like, it's not this tale of like, without spoiling what it is about, but it's like a gradual build up until everything just fucking goes to shit. And it's also a really cool precursor to It, because It is a book that's like 1,300 pages long. In this town of Derry, there's two timelines. There's the older timeline, the newer timeline, and it's the same thing where you're getting to know so many people in this small town, and more so in Salem's Lot, because you're getting. This is what I think is interesting. I found almost every other character more interesting than the main character.
Oh.
The main character is the very first character King ever wrote. That's a writer, and that's like a staple for all of his stuff.
Right.
And he was fine, but there were other characters that were much more interesting that I kind of wish he focused on. There's one character that's one of my favorite characters of all time. Like officially, that's a Stephen King character. But all that to say, it is a slow burn. But once it gets fucking going, it ramps things up so quickly, and it's fucking terrifying, and it's awesome. Highly recommended. I finally did, because I never saw the miniseries up until now. I wanted to read this first, so I watched the miniseries, and then I watched there was an HBO Max movie that came out last year that I think got cut to shit because it's like under 2 hours. I think there was an original cut that was much longer.
I was gonna say, because I feel like I saw this recently on, so that must have been it.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
released last
it
year.
was on the shelf for a long time, I think, and then they finally released it last year. But highly recommend it. Go check out Salem's Lot.
Yeah,
It's a
all right.
damn good book.
All
5 out of 5 schmoes. I don't know. I don't know what you want to do.
All right, well, look at that. We have back-to-back reading of books here.
Yeah. I like how you were like, you're going to need to put on your headphones for this segment.
Yeah. It's
like, did I?
I'm still waiting for you to have a book as well. I'm kind of
One of these days. So my hope is if Cody and I could align our schedules and we read books at the same time, then hopefully in the future we can just keep
reading books.
Keep reading books.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get at it because this is incredibly
I was
hot.
going to say, I got to be warm.
I couldn't look at you without just giggling at the absurdity of what we both look like right now.
Yeah, you guys
I
look
have,
great.
Yeah.
I have, if you want to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/wangers, there's going to be a behind the scenes at the end of this month where it was like a 9-minute recording session of me doing all those fucking vocals.
I was going to ask you who did that. That was you.
That was me. And that first one Cody did was him.
Yeah.
So
you guys are doing a lot of great stuff with your time.
yeah. Well, because I don't know if I want to know Cody's process when he recorded his, but
my process when making that.
Well, did you change the pitch of your voice?
Oh yeah.
You did, right?
Oh yeah, I lowered it like crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I did the same thing, but like I wanted to get fucking crazy.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to do highs and lows at the same time. I
Yeah.
fucked with one side of the headphone and the other one.
Yeah.
So
It sounded like it was a
beautiful.
blast.
it was so much fun.
Did you guys do it by yourselves though? Or
I
do it
did
together.
Yeah.
I did mine by myself.
It's by
too.
myself in my garage.
I would not want to do that with anyone around.
I feel
No,
terrible
no.
about if my neighbors. So
Yeah.
But yeah, we did it. Look at us.
Look at us go.
Yeah. Shout out to my wife for lending me her clothes.
Yeah.
I don't have anything.
It's
like
my
that.
wife's scarf as well.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh,
Anyway.
here we go. I got something. Andrew,
Yeah.
you were once part of. I mean, I guess you never leave the Action Army. But you had you served your country well. And you're on discharge. I don't know where I'm going with that, but
Army metaphor, I guess.
you were the action guy. You were one
Yeah.
of the action guys.
One
You
point.
you love your action movies, so I thought it'd be fun. Or well, actually, Cody thought it would be
This is
fun.
my idea because I keep seeing the damn Mission Impossible trailer when I go to watch movies, and I'm getting stoked for the last one. So a lot of
We're
people
going to have you hang off a train.
Get ready.
No,
We're
but
gonna have you do
a
your
lot
own
of people are,
stunts.
are like ranking the Mission Impossible movies. I don't care
Oh.
about that.
I do.
What I care about is ranking the Tom Cruise hairstyles in each of the Mission Impossible movies.
Oh, wow.
So I'm looking at all of these here. I found this image on Google. By the way,
already know.
apparently a lot of people are having this conversation. So a lot
I
of
already
people
know
have these sort of
immediately
things.
what the number one
Oh,
is.
you
Okay.
do?
Oh, awesome.
Okay.
We'll
all
get
right.
there. We'll get there then.
Yeah.
We'll
All
get
right.
there. So I'm wondering,
Okay.
guys, if you'd like, we like rank these together. What do you want to
Yeah,
start with?
I think
Okay.
let's rank Tom Cruise's hair
Okay.
in all the Mission Impossible movies.
Yeah, this
Which
seems like a great...
so do we want to
Yeah.
start from the bottom?
Yeah, we'll start
Yeah,
at
we'll
number
start at
8.
8.
We'll start at number 8. I have my nominee. It's up to you guys.
Okay,
though.
well, so let's hear it then.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah,
mine's Mission Impossible 1. I just think it doesn't pop as well as the other ones. It just
Really?
it hasn't aged very well.
Okay.
But
Yeah, it's a little dated.
it looks fine, but I just think if we're ranking 7 other hairstyles that are better,
Yeah.
you know,
Okay.
that's kind of where I'm at.
You know what? I'll agree with you because I think I have my number 1.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I already have.
Oh
my
yeah,
number
I have
one.
my 1 as well. We'll get there. We'll
I'll
get
concede to
there.
that. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're okay with Mission
I'm
Impossible 1 at
okay
number
with
8.
Mission Impossible 1.
Yeah,
there.
let me try to write these
Yeah.
down. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, we all
Okay.
have to agree with each
Can
other.
Okay.
can we at least agree that number 5 is not great? Right below it.
Oh yeah, Mission Impossible 5. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that. Let's see here. I'm okay putting that at 7. I think if you guys are. I have one more that I'm thinking
I
is
also
pretty close with it. I'll put it 6. But
I don't know if I'm old, but I also don't love the newest hairstyle.
I think
don't
that's
know
that's
why.
tough to tell because we haven't really
We
seen
haven't
it
seen
in
it.
action yet.
Yeah,
That's
you know?
true.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
That's
That's
tough.
the newest one.
Yeah, the one on the
That's
bottom
we
right
haven't
there.
seen
Yeah.
yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to be very fluffy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's going to move a lot when
Might
he
look
runs.
great during these stunts though. I
Could-
don't know.
it could.
Yeah.
Might add if like when you get punched when you have a lot of hair like that. It's
Yeah.
going to look
Yeah.
like
So
a
let's
harder punch.
let's put it down there. Let's do 1, 5, and then 8. We haven't seen the movie yet.
Yeah, I'm okay putting 8 at 6, I guess. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what we're
Okay.
saying. Yeah. Okay. For the next one, I'm thinking either 6 or 7 here.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say
I feel like 6 is kind of. I feel might be this. These two might be the same.
they look very similar.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. We're probably doing back to back if you're honest. Or maybe if I'm being honest.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do 7 and then 6, only because Fallout's the best.
Okay.
I'll take that.
Okay.
I'll take that.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
And you
Okay
know
with
it,
that.
Cody.
Yeah.
So now
Fallout's
we're
pretty
at We're at 3 left here. We are at top 3. Is that where we're at here?
Yes. So we
Okay.
still
We have
have
3,
okay.
4, and 5.
2, 3, 4.
Oh, sorry, yeah, 2, 3, 4.
2,
Sorry,
3, 4.
yes.
Okay, here's where it gets a little interesting.
It does.
We're going.
If you're asking me, which you are,
Okay.
I think I would put 3 next. No. Okay. No, I would put 3 next. I put 3 next.
It's
Yeah.
either.
Can I just say my number 1?
No.
Okay,
I
all right.
think we're all thinking the same thing.
No, I don't think you are.
Oh, okay,
Uh-oh.
maybe not. I'm okay putting 3 next. I think.
Okay.
I'm fine with.
Yeah, we good with that?
I'm good with 3 next.
Okay.
Because I do like our final 2 options, and I guess the
Yeah.
surprise is that you're gonna pick 4 as your number 1.
That is my number 1.
Oh, hold on.
No,
hold on.
I have
now.
a reason.
Whoa,
I have
whoa.
a reason for that.
It's gonna be a tough. Sell.
I think 2 is just too long.
No,
It's too long.
No.
Listen.
You cannot go all of 2024 praising my long ass hair and then say that that hair is too long.
You didn't
No.
have the, you didn't have the
No.
shades. You didn't have the
Have you
shades.
seen that hair hanging off the side of a
That
Okay.
man was
in
rocking
the opening
out
credits?
He was
Okay.
rocking out to Limp Bizkit, Christian.
Okay, you know what it is? You know what's ruining it for me? Is Ben Stiller's parody of it.
No.
That ruins
It's
it
irrelevant.
for me.
It's irrelevant.
It looks
it's
it
irrelevant.
looks so much better on Ben Stiller than it does on Tom Cruise. It absolutely does.
I hear you. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't agree, and you're wrong.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
I'm putting 2 at number 2, and I'm putting 4 at
No
number 1.
one has had a fake impersonation of number 4's hair.
It's true.
You know,
That's
less
true.
memorable.
Four is number 2.
I think
No, yeah.
4 is the
Yeah.
perfect length. It's long enough but it's not too long. And when he's doing his stunts and it's flopping up all over the place, it flares up. It looks beautiful.
I mean, I
Yeah.
will say, at least in terms of if I would rather be looking like that or have that haircut, I would probably go with 4 over 2.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like the picture we have here for 4 though is doing him a solid. It doesn't
Yeah.
look like that for most of the movie.
No.
though.
Mm-mm.
Like a lot of the movie, it just doesn't look as good as the way that 2 consistently looks throughout
Right.
the movie. I
Two's
think.
never looks bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So
saying.
that's
4
the-
can look great, but I just think 2 is more consistent.
All right, fine. I'll bet it's 2 to 1. So I'll bend the knee.
Okay.
Good.
We'll
All
say
right,
that.
so we go Mission Impossible 4 at 2, and then Mission Impossible 2 at 1.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
That's
I like
the
both. I like
only,
this
and
list.
also, can we just say that's
Yeah.
probably the only list Mission
Where
Impossible 2
2
is
is
going to
gonna
win.
be.
So let's give it the, we
Look,
need something out there.
I have been rewatching the Mission Impossible movies. I got to make sure I just log that. Just in
They're
case.
good.
Oh, they're fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
They're so good.
I still think Fallout is the best one.
Yeah.
I rewatched Dead Reckoning. After this, the second time I think I've ever seen it. Because after leaving the theater, I wasn't jazzed about
Oh
it.
no, I walked out thinking that's the best movie ever. That's
I
how I've walked out of the last 3 Mission Impossible movies. I'm like, yeah,
Well,
this is the fucking
everyone.
movie ever.
I remember when
Best day of my life.
when we me and my wife were rewatching all these kind of in preparation for Final Reckoning. We got to 4. And she was like, "Oh, so this is when it gets good." I was like, "Hold your horses!"
Whoa,
Like,
whoa.
The first Mission
Wow.
Impossible is like regarded as like a film,
Yeah.
you know. And then the third one's great too.
Third one's really good.
2 has its moments, but you know, it's not great.
I think the third one is incredible.
I will
Yeah.
say, I think the 4th one is when it established like this is what this franchise is now.
Yeah.
We need to do the
Yeah.
big stunts.
Well, like 3 was like a comeback tour time
Yeah.
for Cruise.
Sure.
You know, so
Yeah.
it was like
There was a big gap too between 2 and 3. I think.
Yeah. There was the whole couch incident that happened in there.
Yeah.
So, like, he
shout
had to-
out. Shout out Oprah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out to Oprah.
Mhm.
He had to like battle back, and then I think after he was like in good terms with everybody and in good graces, and then after 3 being good, I mean they got
Solid.
because
JJ's first movie.
I think Philip Seymour Hoffman won the Oscar the year
he
before
was,
for
he
Capote.
might be my
I
favorite
think that's
villain
right.
in the series.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, he's
Like,
definitely the
he's
best.
so
For
fucking
sure.
Good.
He's
And
great
that's,
in that
like
one.
the main reason why I
Yeah.
think that 3 was my favorite forever. But it is that Fallout is so good.
Fallout's
Yeah.
fucking
It's
great. It's
so
still
Yeah.
still hits like
the arm cock. It's like it
Oh,
never
yeah.
gets tired.
I,
You never
I
get tired
you know
of
what it is? I think the first half of that movie is so fucking strong. I think it
Mhm.
goes like I mean, the whole movie is great. I think it's perfect. I think it's absolutely perfect. If there's anything that I would criticize about it is that like after that like fight scene, no, but then the motorcycle scene's fucking great. No, it's perfect. I don't know what I'm talking about.
It's pretty incredible.
I wasn't
Yeah.
high on Rogue Nation for the longest time. But in rewatch, I was like, oh fuck no, this is the motorcycle chase
Very
scene,
good.
and that one's
Very
great.
good.
And
Yeah.
holding his breath underwater was
Yeah.
great. I mean, Rebecca Ferguson,
She's
just
amazing.
wonderful.
I don't know. The newest one, I really have a. I used to say this all the time on Action Movie Anatomy is like you have to have, in order to have a great hero, you have to have a great villain. And I just didn't love
Yeah.
the whole AI,
Sure.
filler villain, and then it ended up being, it was supposed to be a part 1 of 2, and now it's just not.
It is
'Cause
jarring.
I feel like it just didn't go the way that they thought it was
Sure.
gonna go.
It's jarring that it still says part 1 and the next one's just Final Reckoning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, in rewatching it, I was like, this title sequence doesn't show up for another.
Oh
it's
my God,
30
yeah,
minutes
it took
in.
forever.
Yeah.
This is like-
I loved it.
What's
Loved
the
it.
record? Because I remember like The Departed for the longest time was talked
Oh,
about as
really?
like for the
Oh,
longest like opening
interesting.
credits, but
So
this is
good.
literally like 30 minutes in,
Yeah.
and then the movie starts.
Yeah.
I will.
That's not a cold open. That's like Act 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it really is.
Plays it.
I will say
Yeah.
one of the best moments in the whole series is the airport scene when they're like going around and swapping the faces and stuff.
Yeah.
That's a lot
Doing
of
his little
fun.
magic
Yeah.
tricks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I think I watched too much of the trailers too, and that's not the movie's fault because like the big stunt of the like jumping off the
Yeah.
motorcycle,
Yeah.
like I don't know. I think my complaint about it was that it was cut into it so much. Like it was building up, and then when it happened,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's it.
Mm.
He fucking literally jumped off a mountain, but like
And you're
it's still
unimpressed.
Yeah.
it's still amazing.
Lame.
Obviously, oh, the train sequence
Yeah.
is great too. The
Yeah.
train sequence is
Yeah.
No, there
is
was
really
a lot of
great.
good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing is that's why you talk about the franchise the way you do is it's like there's so much good
Sure.
even in the
Yeah.
one that isn't my favorite.
Right,
you know?
right. Yeah, I still say Fallout.
And so much great hair as well.
It's
So
still
good.
it's
that's
still
what we're talking about
and-
tonight, and that's
and Dead Reckoning is still better than 2. 2's still at the bottom.
yeah.
Nothing has gone as
I
down
love
there.
to. It's
Yeah.
because I was the age when it came out.
Yeah.
I know that it's not good,
Yeah.
but I do love it.
There's nostalgia to it.
I
Yeah.
remember it. Haunt.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Mission
All right.
Impossible.
Yeah.
That's
Check
a
it
fun
out.
game.
All right. All right.
You've
Mission
never heard of
Impossible
it.
2 apparently
Yeah.
is the best hair.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
Um,
Better
let
than
me see.
4
What
at
do I
least.
have on my? Do you have anything?
I don't have anything. Call.
You know what? Really quick. We're getting Shrek again.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
There was a Shrek teaser,
Yeah.
and people were not happy.
Full of grown adults are not happy about this.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're not happy with how Shrek looks.
Okay.
Cody, you're the Shrek. I consider Cody to be the Shrek guy.
Shrek
Okay.
2 is one of the greatest films ever made.
Yeah.
Oh okay.
Yeah,
think that's fair.
That's just an undisputable fact.
When we were in Cabo,
Um,
Amber was
yeah.
watching Shrek too.
Damn right,
Because it's a fantastic
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Are you excited? You're not looking
Of
forward
course,
to it?
I'm
Okay.
stoked for Shrek 5.
We got
I
Zendaya.
don't care too much about the animation change.
Wow.
It's
You're one of
been
these adults?
15, 20 years, It's animation changes,
Okay.
over the time. But
Everyone's coming
I don't
back?
know.
Mike
Yeah.
Myers is making a comeback?
yeah,
So what is it there? Is it his
I think it's just the animation
just
style.
a little different?
I think it's a little
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
yeah.
Because I see it doesn't look quite the same, but
No.
yeah, like what?
I don't care that much. I'm not going
Yeah.
to get worked up over Shrek, even though once again, Shrek 2, one of the greatest features of the film.
I don't think I've ever seen 3 or 4.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
I heard they're not. Oh,
What are you doing here? They're
What?
still Shrek. They're still part of the
Doing
family.
Okay. I haven't
Okay.
seen any of the Puss in Boots either.
It's like not
Oh,
watching all the
you-
Toy Stories.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Well,
what
those
you
are
doing?
clearly better.
Hey,
Yeah,
you
well.
want yourself.
What's better, Toy Story or
Um,
Shrek? Go ahead.
Shrek 2 is better than all of them.
Well,
All of them?
Yes. That's what I said.
So how many Oscars did the Shrek 2 win?
It might have won Best Original or Best
it would have
Animated
won
Film.
all the ones it was nominated for if it just got.
I'm pretty sure Shrek 2 won Best Animated Film.
All right, hold on.
Unless it's 2004, so it's going up against what? Incredibles? Incredibles might have won that.
Anthony, that's not the compliment
Mm.
Cody needs. It was when someone says something is not bad.
Shrek 4 is not bad.
It is not bad.
Shrek 4 is the movie that gets no praise. So you know what? I will
Oh my
take
God.
not bad. all
I'm
right?
sorry. I don't know if it won anything because I clicked the wrong tab. Did you know that there are so many video games for Shrek 2? Not only that, there is a novel version of Shrek 2 called Shrek 2: The Movie Storybook.
Oh, damn right. Yeah.
Wow,
Okay.
they couldn't. They
Yeah.
couldn't.
Next
They
week
had
on
to add
Cody
in
Read a Book.
The movie storybook.
It was nominated for I lost to The Incredibles.
Oh, it lost in The Incredibles?
Oh,
That seems right.
Bullshit.
That seems
Whatever.
correct.
I mean,
Popularity
that's-
contest,
The
whatever.
Incredibles.
The
I mean.
Incredibles.
What are the Oscars now?
Shrek 2 is
Yeah.
better than The Incredibles.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Hmm.
Which one of the best movies ever made? Right up there with Mission Impossible Fallout. Come on,
Not
make
Dead
sense.
Reckoning Part 1?
That's right up there too.
Oh, okay.
That's Rogue Nation. What's,
All
what's,
right.
the, what's
Wait,
controversial here?
who's the bad guy in Shrek 2?
Exactly.
Which one?
In
Is it the
Shrek
Fairy
2?
Godmother?
Yeah,
Fairy
it's Fairy Godmother.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
okay,
All
okay,
right,
okay,
all right.
I got
Shout
there.
out, shout
I
out.
got there.
All right,
I got there.
Yeah. Prince Charming's also like the B villain.
Right.
It's
Okay.
fucking great.
All right,
Yeah.
calm down.
Maybe
Watch Puss in Boots 2, by the way. It's
Okay.
fucking great.
I know. I've heard.
Gets
I've
me
heard a lot
emotional.
of. I've
It's
heard a lot of
great.
really
Yeah,
good
yeah.
things. Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. I don't think I. I don't have
I think
too
I've
much.
never heard anyone talk about Puss in Boots 2 in my whole life. Like when everyone was talking about Paddington 2, everyone's like, yeah.
Oh, did we talk about? This is why I wish I looked up the last time you were on. Did we talk about KFC?
I would love to. I've actually been sitting here thinking, like, should I get a spicy
When
chicken
do we
sandwich?
bring
Okay,
this up?
I only bring this up because a good friend of ours, Mark Ellis, I saw him today, and I told him that you were going to be on the show, and he said, KFC, ask him about it.
Mark Ellis and Ken and I have a chat, the three of us.
I feel like we did talk about this the last time. I
don't
feel like
know,
we
I don't
did.
know.
This chat shouldn't exist.
Okay.
Like we need to leave the group, the three of us, but it literally is just like anytime one of us eats a spicy chicken sandwich
You
from
text each other.
somewhere,
That's a
usually
great idea for a
KFC,
chat.
we just
That's good.
text each other, and then it's the dumbest. It's like my favorite
So is
thing ever.
Is the KFC chicken sandwich the best sandwich of them all?
Is it the Shrek 2 of chicken sandwiches?
Look, this is just the other day, Mark Ellis, the day after Valentine's Day, 12:10 p.m. Sorry to sext so early in the day. And it's just a picture of a chicken sandwich.
Oh, Mark, you need to you need to hide that. You need to blur it at first.
And it's got comeback sauce, so there's something weird there. Not even,
It's called comeback sauce.
Oh boy,
Okay.
that's fun.
So would you
man.
say that the KFC chicken sandwich is the best of them all?
It's between that and the
We can
Popeyes.
rank
Those are the
those.
two.
The Popeyes
yeah.
chicken
But
sandwich is fucking
but
good.
there's also tiers, like
Sure.
there's I don't know if you guys know Main Chick hot chicken it's a hot chicken place, and I think it's better than all those other next level hot chicken places, because I think the next level up is like Howlin' Ray's and like Raising Cane's or whatever, like those are
See,
other
Raising
ones.
Cane's, the Raising Cane's chicken sandwich is not a chicken sandwich. They put two fucking
chicken strips.
They
Is it
put two
Tenders on
chicken
there? See,
tenders
I don't even go there.
in between buns.
Yeah.
Not worth my time.
I'd be like, you want a hamburger? Here's two
Yeah.
fucking hot dogs. Here's two wieners in between these buns. There's your hot dog.
Yeah,
No,
it's-
it's not the same.
No, the KFC and the Popeyes are truly, they transcend
Yeah.
the rest.
Okay.
And I obviously I think you would put Chick-fil-A in there too, but there's something about the Popeyes.
Man, he said it's three tenders, you whore.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. That officially makes it a fucking chicken sandwich. That's Bolsheviks. No.
God.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, he redacted it. No,
No, man.
Can't do it.
Oh,
You
called
can't
him
redact
hard.
that
You
shit.
called
We all
him
saw
hard.
it.
We saw
Wow.
We
it.
all saw it.
Don't
and
you
they
dare.
called it
Own
out.
it, Manny.
Own it, Manny.
Own it.
You know what's good is the Dave's Hot Chicken.
Dave's Hot Chicken is pretty
Dave's
damn good.
Hot Chicken is pretty fucking hot.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with spicy chicken sandwiches. It's like it's like one of the things that and breakfast burritos. I have
Okay.
like I've tried
No
them
correlation
all now.
whatsoever,
Not at
but
all.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's just one's for the morning, one's for later.
Okay, and and one actually both you could shit your ass off.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Especially if
Yeah.
you've had them both in one
Maybe
day.
in the same day.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
And if
Yeah.
that day has started that way, you probably end it with something like Taco Bell, something
Yeah.
horrible
Sure.
at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, just to really
Um,
cleanse your palate.
Those, those. I tried the other day for the first time was it's called La Coupe fried chicken. It's
Okay.
they have like like your bun, but the chicken is like this big piece that hangs off both sides, and it's like a Thai chili. Kind of honey glaze on there. It's really, really good. It's
Okay.
absolutely phenomenal. It went viral. Like all my social media is just like food
Food.
videos.
Yeah. There was a place that my wife wanted to check out. I think it was like a Korean place that did fried chicken, but like a fried chicken sandwich too. It might have been like in Pasadena or something like. I think she saw it on like
You gotta
one
tell
of
me
the-
which one it is.
I gotta ask
Yeah.
her which one it was, but we never ended up going to it. But it looks so fucking good.
I love spicy chicken sandwiches, man. It's my
okay.
my go-to, I think, fast food. And I don't eat fast food very often, but that's my
Okay,
I
that's
want it.
It's a nice little package. You don't need anything else, just a sandwich. You know,
I
maybe
might
some
do it on the
sauce.
way home. I feel like we
There's a-
talked about it. We
You
should.
can't
the
just bring it
Popeyes.
up
Yeah.
and not act on it. I mean, I get
Alright,
it.
hey.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you consider like buffalo chicken sandwiches to be in the same family, or do you keep those kind of separate from the typical spicy
Careful.
chicken sandwich? Because
I'm
I'm a buffalo chicken sandwich.
Yeah,
That's
but
mine.
it's like
Yeah.
it's still spicy, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like I guess if that's what they serve as their spicy chicken sandwich, I'm not mad about it. But I think I would want them to tell me it's buffalo.
Fair.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
want
You
them to
wouldn't wanna
sell it as
order
a
a
spicy
yeah.
chicken and then
Okay.
I get a
Totally
buffalo.
get that.
Sure.
Totally get
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
They have because you like your. They don't have it anymore, right? At TGIF.
TGI Fridays had the best buffalo chicken sandwich ever.
Is it
and
TGIF Fridays?
No, just TGI Fridays.
Just TGI Fridays, yeah.
And then they just kept like just adjusting it, and now it's like gone. I'm so mad at them.
The restaurant chain or the sandwich?
Both.
I was gonna say.
I think
they
both
started to
have
go
those?
down.
The one by me closed down. I'm so devastated, but yeah, they used to have the best buffalo chicken sandwich.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think they have chicken sandwiches. I mean, everywhere has it, but Wingstop has chicken sandwiches.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Oh,
One
really?
time we did because they had there was this deal that was going on. It was like you got like 10 fried chicken sandwiches for some amount of money, and I wanted to try like all their different flavors. We did it for maybe the Super Bowl like 2 years ago.
Oh, fun.
They're all fine. I'll be honest.
okay.
I was a little let down.
Okay.
And this is not, I like Wingstop.
I love Wingstop. I think it depends on the wing.
Yes, it depends on the wing, and I'm sure it was. I think it was like a big, I think it was a big sports event day. So I'm sure they were like slammed. We got them. They were like not super hot anymore, so they weren't as crunchy.
Sure.
So there was other variables to take into account.
Look, man, I make a mean chicken wing.
Yeah.
So if you ever want to come over, we'll make some wings.
Okay.
It's very easy to make.
Yeah.
I don't make it from
Throw
scratch.
them in the oven.
I just
I
get
don't make
there,
it
he like
from
throws them in the air
scratch either.
fryer. So he's like,
Yeah, I
so
do.
you want to hang out?
I do the air fryer,
Just
but
microwaves them.
I do. I put cornstarch on it as well.
Oh, that's the secret. That is a
Yeah.
secret.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah,
it's just salt, pepper, a little oil, and then cornstarch. You throw it in the air fryer, and then just douse that shit in buffalo.
Yeah, we have it.
If acting doesn't work out, I will become a food influencer of
Dude,
some sort.
I was about to say, I know you don't do TikTok, but those fucking food videos, the foodie videos, crush.
yeah.
Yeah.
Once the fact that we've been talking about it tonight, it's gonna be on my feed all night long,
yeah.
and I'm not angry about that.
I love them. I can watch them for way too long. Whether it's people eating food that I know what it tastes like, eating food I don't know what it tastes like, or cooking food, I will just watch it.
Dude, that's half the food that me and Amber learned how to cook stuff. We're like, oh, let's try that. It looks good. They're so descriptive and very straightforward. It's a nice little thing. Get into it. Talk to me
I would
afterwards.
love
Maybe
to.
we'll,
I would love to. We
we'll
could
start a
do it.
franchise. Let's do something.
I could use your equipment for it.
Yeah.
Hey, it's all here. I got a kitchen too.
Extra camera.
Let's do it.
Extra camera up there is not being worked
One I've
on.
been looking in for 2
Yeah.
hours.
All right. Well, we will wrap it up right here. I will say one last thing. I think we got all of our super chats. I think we read them all.
Holy shit, it's 10.
I
Yeah.
know. Sorry, we're
Yeah.
gonna get you. I didn't ask you
Nice.
if you had a heart.
No, I just can't believe it went that fast.
Hey, that's how good we are.
Wow.
Just how
Time
good we
flies
are.
when you're talking about chicken sandwiches.
KFC.
Am I right,
Yeah.
guys?
KFC's closed.
The only other thing that I wanted to shout out, and just to see if Cody maybe have seen it, just because this is Cody's boy.
Oh no.
Your boy's Dan Fogelman, ain't he?
The This Is Us guy.
Yes. Isn't that your boy?
Once upon a time, he was my boy. Yeah.
You
Oh,
like This Is Us, right?
I did.
You know he's
That
got
showed
a
me
new
cry a
show.
lot.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it. The
It's-
Hulu one.
I binged it all this weekend.
Wait, what is it? What is it?
Paradise?
Paradise, right?
Is it good?
Yeah.
It's fucking really good.
Is it a sci-fi show?
Yes.
Kind of?
I don't want to say too much.
Okay, yeah,
but
I heard it's good.
It's very
It's
good.
already done?
No.
Okay.
They have one more episode left, and I binged all 7 episodes last week. But
It's good though, huh?
yeah,
I've heard this
It's
is
got
good.
Sterling K.
it's
Brown.
Yeah,
Sterling K.
yeah,
Brown.
yeah.
He's a fucking beautiful human being.
It's
God
Fogelman.
Yes.
Really?
damn. He
Is
gets-
it emotional? Like, does it tug at the
Oh my god!
heartstrings, too?
I mean, I never saw This Is Us, but there was levels of human emotion. I'm like, this is probably what it felt like. This is
Oh,
us.
yeah.
Every
That was
episode
every
was like-
week. Yeah.
Yeah. Every
so
week.
it gets to those levels in this show. I don't know. I don't even want to say the premise, but
Okay.
it's Sterling K. Brown. He plays a Secret Service agent to James Marsden's president.
Okay.
And there's a incident that happens early on that sets off the motion of the story, and that's so fucking vague, but I don't want to say anything because when I went in and watched it, I was like, oh fuck. And then by the end of the first episode, I was like, "Oh fuck!"
Okay.
So
All right.
Yeah.
it's a great mystery show. Some things that they set up get answered a little too quickly, but aside from that, like there's one episode left where I was like, "Oh fuck, I need to watch this now." And I
need
think
to
they've
watch
already
it.
been renewed for a season 2.
Yeah, the second
Yeah.
or third or maybe even fourth person whose opinion I respect that has talked about
Ooh.
that show.
Yeah.
Okay.
check it
Yeah.
out.
All right, I need to know.
Fogelman's
talk-
great with like throwing twists in there and really.
He did that
Pretty much every
for This Is
episode.
Us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
pilot of This
Twist,
Is Us was
yeah.
insane because it was just sold as like a story of like 3 different families, basically. Then it's revealed at the end of the pilot, spoilers, that they're all related. And
No!
it's like, what? It's like, oh my
Cody.
god! And then that's the whole fucking show.
Okay.
And then it's,
Well, then I think
So
you'll.
good.
And he's got the gloves are off, I guess you would
Yeah.
say, because this is for Hulu. So it's
Yeah.
they curse. There's
Yeah.
nice,
nudity.
Nice.
And I'm sure he gets a lot.
specifically nudity from one Sterling K. Brown.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm definitely.
I think I'm
watching.
like obsessed with. He's not a, like, you know what it is. He's a beautiful human being, but he's so fucking good. Like, he's a badass, but he's.
I thought you were gonna be like, he looks so fucking good
Well,
naked.
I mean,
But like he's nice too. But
the dude is ripped in this fucking show. I'll say that. But he's so fucking funny. He's charming. I love watching him in interviews. I love Sterling K. Brown. All right, that's
yeah,
enough. Of
I'm
me.
a big fan. I'm a
Yeah,
big
yeah.
fan.
Everyone else is great. In the James Marsden is great too.
Yeah.
All right, Andrew. Every week we give a shout out to our Patreon supporters, $15 and up.
Yep.
If you want to support us on Patreon, at that tier, you get your name shouted out here, followed by a funny little soundbite. But if you want to check out all of our other tiers, please feel free to do that. We just had a monthly update for everyone to let them know what's going on for this month. And also a behind-the-scenes video on there. We're working on the making of Dawn. We didn't even really talk about Dawn, but it's all
yeah,
good.
I know,
You know,
shut up.
you love it. You've seen it. Go watch it. Andrew's great in it. And yeah, the mini like making of documentary. Hopefully that'll come out this month. So we'll see.
You
All
better
right.
send that to me.
I will. I might use clips from this to throw in there as well. All right, Aaron Woodley.
again, Phil. But now maybe we will talk about Dawn.
Yeah, it's been released now.
Give it a second. Hold on.
What's it about?
Oh well, you know,
Watch Matlock on CBS this
Yeah.
Thursday.
watch
There
it.
you
Yes, new episodes every Thursday.
Every Thursday.
How many episodes in the season?
There are 18, and they just finished
Dang.
13. So there's still 5 more. Check
Okay.
it out.
Hell
Thursdays
yeah.
at 9. It's gonna still. I'm very excited to see the rest of the season. I want to know what's going on.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you only probably got your part and didn't know much else outside of it.
We don't know.
Mm.
We don't know who did it.
Okay. All right. I do love, because, I mean, we talk about all these different shows. I do love the return. It seems like a lot of shows are returning back to weekly episodic stuff.
Yeah, it's nice.
I think I prefer it because, I mean, you know, I guess it depends. I literally just said I binged all of Paradise, but that was a weekly show.
It makes me like, because right now I'm hooked on Severance and Black Lotus, and I've been.
Severance is
Severance, you can't
fucking
so
good.
you can't dump all of Severance at
No,
once. It's
you
way
need
too
to give
much.
me a break.
That last episode of Severance was just, I saw someone do a TikTok and was like, you know what? Fuck all you people that hopped on Severance and watched the first season before this. He's like, I had to wait 3 years for this
Yeah,
episode, man.
I know.
3 years for this episode, and it was so fucking worth it.
My friend's doing it with White Lotus right now. He's like, man, season 1, I watched it in like 2 days. I was like,
Oh,
yeah, no
yeah.
shit. And he's
Yeah.
like, season 2, 2 days.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah. Severance is just like on another level. But no, I definitely think some shows are very much like they can easily be, you know, a one, you know, we're going to drop everything now.
Mhm.
But I don't see it as much. I think a lot more shows have gone back to it. I mean, what's the a lot of Netflix shows I think maybe still
Yeah.
do
They still release them.
They
all
do,
all at
yeah,
once.
yeah.
But like
Yeah.
all the Apple TV shows,
Or like
Severance
a
was
few
great.
episodes at a time, I think is like a
That's
good
fine.
like middle ground.
Yeah.
You know?
Yellow Jackets. You caught up with Yellow
Yeah,
Jackets?
still
The
watching
last
Yellow
episode of
Jackets.
Yellow Jackets was
That was probably the best episode.
Really?
season
Is
ever.
it?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I was like halfway through season 2 and I started to get a little.
Season 2 does drag a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it ends pretty strong.
Yeah.
And then season 3.
I love the cast. Of that
Yeah.
show.
Well, that's
So
what keeps
good.
bringing
Yeah.
me back. I think the weird thing about Yellow Jackets is like the plot of the season doesn't kick in really until a couple episodes in. Because
Yeah.
like this one, I was like, where are we going with all of this? Everyone's just kind of doing their own thing. But now after this latest episode, I was like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
here we go.
Did you guys watch Companion?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Companion
That was,
was
a
good.
one.
Love
That was a
Companion.
good one.
We talked briefly about it. We didn't spoil anything because, I
It's
mean,
still pretty new.
it's
Oh.
still pretty new, but like, I don't want to say any. Like, if go into the
We're
there
good.
we go.
Sorry, I got
Go
myself-
go into companion
Wow, that was
as
terrifying.
clean as you can, because even like the marketing like kind
Yeah,
of gave
yeah, for
away
sure.
what was going
Yeah.
on. So go watch companion. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
All right. You
Okay, I
ready?
think I got the sounds working, guys. Sorry about that. If not, we're just gonna skip it and run through. Here we go.
All good, Cody. Aaron Woodley.
I mean,
Alec M.S. Young.
The Action Guys.
Beautiful, beautiful work.
Arcadio Castellanos.
Arcadio Castellanos. Castellanos.
Billy Storley. Bobby Mitchell. Brian Arsenal. Brian D.
Oh my God! Like, can we talk about like the political and economic state of the world right now?
Chris Jones. Cindy Perez. Hey, Cindy.
Okay, so imagine you're in hell, and that just plays on loop.
Oh God.
FS1138.
Cody knows what I'm talking about. You slut.
Giuseppe.
All right, Cody, let's have some fun.
Harley Payne.
Cody wants to have fun.
John Noto.
Remember that movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
For some reason.
I was going to say, too, the son's name, or the stepson in Dexter's name is Cody.
Oh, wow.
So there's a lot of Dexter's Cody
Let's get some
sound
more
bites.
Cody representation, guys.
Julia Connor.
hey, little buddy.
Carl Soderbeck.
Hey, little fella. How you doing down there?
Kat Markham. I am God. Kyle Johnson.
I would love that.
Why?
Fuck you, Cody.
I would love it.
Yeah, fuck you, Cody.
I would.
Maris Thornton.
No.
Michael Bittner.
I forget what that was. That was during our Oscar stream from like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
We were reacting to something there.
Was it it was one of those awards. It went to like Zack Snyder or something like that.
Might have been.
I
it.
don't remember.
Yeah, yeah.
Nick Wade. Senior film.
Bulbasaur,
Sergio Castaneda.
Shamander,
Sheridan Ponce.
or the Squirtle.
Stephanie Merritt. Stefan Zalosi. Terry Stockwell. TJ Jones. Tyler Eklund.
God.
Who can say if I've been changed for the better? And finally, Wiley Todd.
Thank you all
I guess
so
I'll
much for
literally come back
continuing to
over and
watch
Four
with
people
us.
talking.
Make
We're
sure
all
you
talking about four different
17 different things. Make sure you keep hitting that like
The
button.
podcast version is
Commenting
going
down
to
below
to
things.
look like
How are you
it's a-
guys enjoying the
Be
Oscars?
So bad.
Is anyone watching?
That was also from our.
Say that.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's not what I said at all.
Obviously, Matlock. Go check it out. Check out Andrew's episode. Watch the whole season.
Watch it.
And then get up to his latest episode. Thursdays at, you said,
Thursdays at 9.
9
Central. Yeah.
ABC.
CBS.
CBS. Jesus. CBS.
Oh man, that's it for me. I'm done
I was
now.
I was
Oh, I'm
fucking
done
good
now.
all night. They need to stop with. There's so many letters.
They just
Too many
killed me
letters.
off.
Yeah.
CBS, the better one.
Fuck AB. No.
Whoa! No, I didn't go
I wouldn't
there.
say that. I couldn't get all 3 letters out because you never know.
All right. So check it out. Go make sure you follow Andrew on all of his socials. Check out all of the stuff that he's doing. That you can keep up with him and all of his projects coming up. Anything else you want to plug before we get out of here?
No, Anthony just did it right there. Yeah, you can catch the rest of it on Paramount Plus and
Boom.
CBS. Jeez.
CBS
yeah,
is the best channel. Hell
I would love to work together again. So let's make it happen, boys.
Maybe we'll talk after this.
Yeah.
We ain't got nothing planned, but we'll talk after this.
We'll say words.
All right, folks. Thank you all. Appreciate you. Make sure you're hitting the like button on this. That very much helps us out here on the channel. Leaving a comment down below as well. We appreciate everyone sending us super chats and or Streamlabs, whatever it may be. But leaving a like and a comment goes a long way. It very much helps with the engagement on this video. So please be sure to do that. Let us know what your favorite hair that Tom Cruise had in a Mission Impossible movie. That's the big key. Let us know. Which one? Were we right? Is it 4? It
You
is.
were right.
It's not 2.
2.
But if it is 2,
Absolutely. Too.
go ahead. And is Shrek 2 good?
It's the best movie ever.
Okay, it is. Yeah.
Later.
Subscribe, Patreon, do all that stuff. See you. Love you. Oh, we might not have an episode next week. We definitely won't be
I
live.
was just saying how
but there-
consistent you guys were.
There might. I know. But we might have a pre-recorded episode. TBD.
Yes.
I'll keep you posted in the Discord. Okay. Where am I going? All right. Bye. Now we Jesus Christ.
It's so like unnecessarily loud.
You didn't get you get to put the Elon one in there. the chainsaw.
Oh, right.
Our president.
God.
Our president Elon.
How you doing down there?
Yeah. It's gonna be fun. What happened? Nothing big happened. Except.
Stop the music. Wait.
Thank you, everybody. Please be safe. Be good. Love you all. Bye.
Oh my